Okay. Do we need a summary of what happened last time, or is everyone good? You guys go into a cave. There's a summary.
Cave exists. You fell and go.
A cave exists. I believe all four of you are down in this cave right now. It is a walkable area with a jagged crag, whatever, behind you. Descending 90 feet up, and God knows how far down, probably another 90. But that's behind you. In front of you is a walkable cave. Your job is to see what the fuck's down here, and if it kills you or not. Good luck.
All right.
Re-kills one of us, you mean?
Yeah. The width of this cave is about 10 foot wide, about 10 foot high. Probably like a natural cave, or like some big monster dug it out God knows how long ago and it turned natural. Who would like to go in front?
I'll go in the front.
Now I cast dark vision on last session. I cast dark vision on myself and Horik, so we all have dark vision now.
You all have dark vision. Awesome. So Sean's going first, right?
Horik first.
Are you? Oh, sorry, Horik. Yeah. Is Horik like 20 feet ahead, or is he sticking with the group?
He'll stay. He'll stay like maybe 10, 15 feet a little bit ahead, just to see if he can get an eyeball on anything that's going on that's approaching, because he's usually quite perceptive.
Yeah, sounds good. That would leave Lucira and Madeline. How do you guys want to arrange yourself?
I'm not too fast. Yeah, I guess I'll just go second or third or whatever. I don't know about you guys. I can't move my token.
Yeah, I can select my token.
I think I have a solution here.
Make
Can
me
everyone
select it.
drag your own token onto the board?
How do?
Yeah, there you go.
Grab the name. Go to the journal tab. Grab your name and drag it onto the map.
Aha! Wait, did that work?
Yeah, cool. Yep. There you go.
Darn, when I added the name to the tokens last session, but it didn't seem to stick.
Because what you have to do is you have to set the name and then go to the character sheet, save the token as the token that has the name on it.
Oh, shit, you're teaching me new stuff.
I can't, even when I drag my name onto the thing, it doesn't.
You're dragging the name, not the picture, right?
I'm in journal. I have characters. I have Horik Mossmound. I'm clicking on the name. It looks like it's pulling something white over, and then I let go, and then it doesn't show up.
Say refresh. I was just having that issue.
Now are you dragging? Yeah.
Okay. Time to learn. How do you assign a token?
So you have a token selected, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you open a character sheet.
Oh, kind of style.
And then you edit it. And then there should be something to assign, like a token to.
You select the token.
Yeah.
Edit.
You select a token.
Oh, shit.
And then that copies all the properties of that token.
Watch, you sorted.
Thank you. How do you know the magics of Roll20 so well?
The ability to read.
I was going to be that mean, but yeah.
Sorry, give me one moment to do this magic.
Higgledy pickledy, a hocus the pocus.
Over. Hey, it worked. Okay. Sorry, can everyone drag their token over one more time for me? Then we'll move along. Hey, that worked. Cool. I'll add in HP and make that a permanent thing later on.
Cool.
Sean,
Hello.
you drag your token over one more time?
Oh, yep.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. Horrocks up front, or is scouting up ahead. Is it Lucira and Madeline up front?
The Cyril will go up front. Don't know if Madeline, I think, wanted to be at the back.
Oh, right. Okay, sure thing. Okay, yeah, we can do the single file if you guys want. So you're looking for dangers, obviously, but you're also looking for minerals and other stuff like that. Okay, let's start with Horror. Can you give me a stealth check and a perception check, please?
A stealth check. Stealth. Oh, you son of a fucking
Welcome
bitch.
to D&D.
Wait, aren't you a halfling?
Now and again.
Perception.
I think Sean's figured out how to game the system. Utilize the innate terrible luck of the players to.
Wait, did any of them fail?
I mean, the one failed, but no, 16 and 19.
Cool, because I can roll my dice to make it.
Oh no, that's a very respectable number.
Okay.
The cavern right here in front of you does seem a bit lifeless. However, after walking in about 20 feet or so, the humidity seems to go up a bit, and you can start seeing that there is life a bit. There's these grasshopper-looking creatures, albino, jumping around about the size of your fist. And there is this green moss that seems to fall along the walls and even climb up above you a bit on the roof. It goes from thin, and then as you go in a bit more, it actually gets quite a bit thicker, where you have difficulty seeing the wall itself. I imagine everyone else is just following along as you're walking in.
Yeah.
For 19. You can see as you go in that the moss has two interesting characteristics to them. One is whenever the water drips from the moss and hits the sandstone, there is a little bit of a sizzle sound. And you put your hand out, and a drip will, fall on there, and it is acidic. It's actually quite acidic. But it's not dripping a bunch of this stuff, so it's a danger. It's just a general how this moss is. Something else interesting, though, as you go a little bit further in the cavern, is you can see shimmers of light along the moss, little arcs of electricity, in a sense, and it just comes and goes in a moment and lights up the whole area. You can see in the dark, so it's fine, but it does color the area with this little arcing electricity. As you go forward, well, yeah, go ahead.
What makes the ripple of light? Sorry.
Little arcs of electricity.
Oh, okay. So it's acidic and electric moss. Great.
It is acidic and electric. You can't. Let me get this far forward. Like the walking area is stone still. It's sandstone. It has a warped effect to it. It's been exposed to acid, and but the walls and ceiling itself are sort of obscured entirely from this thing.
Okay.
As you all four go further into the cave, just a bit more, 50 feet or so, the cave starts to go narrow down a bit. And it goes narrow down a bit more, and it at some point goes into a 5 foot, or like a 5 foot wide and 8 foot tall section. But you can see with your dark vision, at the extent of your dark vision, there is a large room it opens up into. So you have to squeeze past this section. You have to squeeze past this section of mossy walls in this tight cavern. And once you get past that, you come into a very large opening. The ceiling. How far is your dark vision? How far is everyone's dark vision?
60.
60.
Hello?
Okay. I think it's everyone's 60. Yeah. Okay.
60 is the default. And
The cavern's not 60 feet high. This cavern's like 30 foot high in this section, and it's about 40 foot wide. It's circular, but you can see up top that there, with 19 perception, you can see that there are these large centipede creatures living at the top of the ceiling, and there is moss here, but it's along the walls only. It doesn't reach all the way to the ceiling. And there's large stalagmites, stalactites, columns that reach from the ceiling and floor and connect the two. You can see that there are about 8 or so of these centipedes. Each of them are about the size of a person. They seem not very active. You see like a twitch of an antenna every once in a while, but they themselves are not moving. It's hard to tell if they're awake or not, just because they're bugs. What would you guys like to do? Would you like to try to be like stealthy about this, or take them out, or learn more, or what would you guys like to do?
How many did you say there are?
8.
Okay.
They don't seem hostile, and even though they're big, they don't seem a particular threat right now.
Yeah. Let's go quiet, shall we?
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming, is there like other pathways or?
You can see the cavern 60 feet. Yeah, you can see that there are 2 other cavern entrance or tunnel entrances, whatever, doorways, on the opposite side of this room, somewhat next to each other.
Right then. I say we just carry on through this cavern and in towards the exits, and just keep on going. They don't seem to be a threat right now, and if they are, then we'll deal with it then.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Can everyone roll me a stealth check, please? If you want to go through this quietly, try and not wake them, right?
I can try. Yeah, that tracks.
We
wow.
go off of the mean roll. So in this case, it'd be 16. Let me see some real quick. Okay. Yeah, 16. Wait, no, is it? Yeah, 16. You guys stealthily, even though 2 of you are in the heavy armor, stealthily shuffle through this medium-sized cavern. You can see that on the ground there are pools of water. They give off a slight mistiness to them. Kind of makes it difficult to see the floor, actually.
Oh god, no! It's the fog. It's back.
This is a white. It's not black magic. It's the hydrochloric acid. It's fine. As you get to the other end of the cavern, you can see one of the caverns on your right continues at a level pace. The cavern to your left is slightly larger, and it goes down. And you can see that mist is headed down. I can draw this out if you guys prefer. The mist slopes down with the cavern and it sort of pours out of it slightly. It's not very thick. You can still see the floor, but things are a bit obscured there.
I vote we follow the mist.
Sure, seems as good as any. And if it gets too bad, then we can always turn back.
We should make a note of what we just like, what the creatures were that we just passed and where it was, because isn't that what we're meant to be doing?
I would highly encourage you guys here. I'll to draw out the map to your heart's desire. There's a huge drawing space down below. Player drawn maps are something I love.
Okay, so there's a cavern.
So there's a big crack in the earth first, and then there is a walkway, a tunnel, 10 foot wide. You're gonna need to draw much time in that. I'll start you. I'll start you out.
Okay. So there's one room. That's a square. Okay, hold on. There's one room and another room and a cab. We don't know of that room.
Exactly, which cuts off there.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of miniature places that we can go at the top of this cavern, and then there's like a few bad guys that we've just passed who are down here and here.
There's a little crack in the rock about there.
Anyway, moving swiftly on.
They're the worst.
It's so funny if that actually was what the cave looks like.
Now, here's a question for people who've been watching. Have you noticed the dicks I put in this corner of every map?
Yeah, that's just a tradition. Right, so this is where we descended down. We landed in this ledge here. We scouted through it. This is there's loads of moss and stuff here.
Yep. You came to a large circular room.
Right,
A medium-sized circular room.
And then where was the exit? This is where the bad guys were.
Yeah. There's an exit, let's say, directly to the right.
Okay, so like this.
And then one that is right down here.
And then another one off like this. And this is the misty one that descends.
The one you haven't switched. This is the misty one right here.
This is the misty one.
So,
what did this one look like?
The same as the cavern you just came through. It is leveled out, and it has more of this moss to it. But you can't really define any distinctive characteristics from here.
I mean, the easiest. I mean, we've done the stealth check now, so it doesn't really matter. But like, would we want to? This is level, right? And this is descending. Sorry, this is level, and this is descending.
Wrong. The mist is flowing downhill.
Okay, so this is wow. I didn't mean to do that. So this one isn't.
This is a top-down view map, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the section over here. Yeah. Okay.
So we've got one route which is level and fairly clear. I'm assuming there's still some mist, but not like a lot of it. And then we've got a route that goes downwards,
and
where
then the
mist
down.
is flowing down.
Mm-hmm.
The mist that we think is acidic.
Well, the mist is acidic.
It's not burning through your boots, though.
It's more like something you'd put on your chips. That kind of aesthetic.
It has the
vinegar spray
of Pepsi.
Okay. 8 ceiling boxes. Let's go with the misty corridor. That's more fun.
Yeah, sure. Let's go further down.
Sounds good.
Okay. So let's see what exciting things are down there.
Okay. So as you go down this slope, it's about 20-degree slope. So it's a bit steep, but not that bad. You're not at risk of losing your footing. The mist does slowly go past you guys downhill. Can everyone roll me a perception check? Or no, we just have God, I always forget about passive perception.
I'm just gonna move my icon closer to the map so it's easier.
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, let's just move everyone's character
Sure.
sheets down there.
So what do you want us to roll again?
Nothing. I think we're using passive.
Well, you have like
What is my
19.
man? My passive perception is like 14.
19.
19.
11. But you know what? It's still far better than Tizo's passive perception of 4.
Callie's passive perception is 19.
Yes.
Okay, sweet. That's fucking easy. So the moss continues growing on downwards. On the ceiling, on the wall, as you saw, the light, the city's still there. The little arcs of lighting that you see occasionally, they get more common as you go down. And the cavern's only like cavern is only like 5 foot wide. So as you're going, you actually see like arcs of this lightning arc onto you. It doesn't cause any damage, but it's like a static electric shock. But it happens every like couple of seconds. It is off-putting. Callie, with your 19 perception or past perception, you can see behind the moss at this one section where the electricity gets really active. You
Mhm.
can see that there is a slightly shinier rock to it. It's not just rock. You see some sort of ore or mineral or something like that. It's obscured behind the moss itself, so it's hard to actually like get a good look at it, but it's shiny.
I would like to use my staff to try and clear away some of the moss so I can get a better look. Please.
What is your staff made of? Wood?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. So you put your staff in there and you move it aside like a curtain, and you can see the end of your staff start to sizzle and put out smoke, acidic smoke. Not as though it's about to ignite, but it's taking acid damage. But it's a quick motion. You can get the stuff out of the way. You can see a single hefty vein of this slightly shiny mineral. I don't know if any of you guys would have any sort of experience with this stuff. That's why they brought the Durgar. I guess it would be knowledge nature or any sort of, if any of you have any proficiency in anything mineral wise, like skills like blacksmithing or something.
Oh,
I can do nature. But
Yeah, give me knowledge
no-
nature.
Can we each roll?
Each of you can roll. Yeah.
oh, that'll do it.
oh, nice.
I have proficiency in Dragon Chest set, if that's of any use.
Well, yes, your current dragon chest set is made of the same material.
Awesome, yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's some good fucking natures. You can see that this. Let's see. Oh shit, those are really good natures actually.
They are perfect EVs.
Yeah, Kali and Lucira. This is a common enough mineral. It is called galena. It's mostly lead. However, it has silver into it as well. It's not like the biggest find ever, but this proves that there is valuable minerals here. Obviously, lead is not immediately useful, but heavy metals maybe is useful. But the silver would be worth some money.
All right.
Especially if there's a lot of it down here.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Knowledge nature.
Do we happen to know if do they tend to stay in like pure clumps, or do they like spread around the area?
They act as a mineral vein. They're distinct from the rock around them. So there's something called for minerals or for metals. There's something called native, which is you can find it in basically pure form by itself. And this is kind of that. It's lead and silver mixed together, so it's not like native in the technical sense, but it can be just like pulled out of the rock and it's distinct, and the processing of it isn't all that difficult at all. If that's your question was.
More or less.
For the 23 nature, Lucira. This mineral may have something to do with the electrical charge, specifically the lead.
Oh, okay. So it's what, generating an electric charge?
Yeah. It's probably why it's shinier too. It's like especially shiny. Maybe it has a larger amount of silver in it than normal. But definitely there's some sort of interaction here with the acid and the lead.
Cool.
Creating
What
electrical charge.
did you say it was? Galena?
Galena, let me pull it up.
Cool, Galena. Is there any like just loose piece that we could just break off fairly easily? Just-
Galena? Yeah, absolutely.
Just to act more as proof to say like that we found this.
There absolutely is. You can, if you have a hammer or axe or something like that, you can just smack off a corner of the stuff, and you have a handful of this.
I swing the halfling at it.
So worthwhile sacrifice to me.
We have a wooden hammer and pitten that can be used.
Oh yeah, we do all
Yeah.
have pittons.
I have a crowbar.
Robo would probably do it.
Is it made of metal?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay, have fun with that.
I've also got crowbar.
Do I have any? I
But
don't have.
I think the point.
I don't have shape earth. That I could be like just shape some of the lead out and we just smack it off.
This would be the perfect time to use Shaper. Yeah.
If only. But but regardless of how we do it, there is a bit we can break off just to, act as proof of finding.
Yeah, I mean,
Then
if you
yes.
take Callie's staff and hit it a couple times, it'd probably come out.
Sure. Oh, that's fine. So we've gathered some proof of Galena. And does the path just continues on, or?
Yeah, it does.
Alrighty then. Shall we just carry on then?
Good.
Carry on. See what's further down, and if need be, we can still double back and then go down the other path.
Onwards into the cave system.
Always questions, soldiers.
That's good. The cave system continues downwards. The size of the cavern that you're walking through doesn't change all that much, and it's not that bad of a walk. Occasionally, a drop of acid will drop on your head if you're not wearing a helmet, and it has like the sting of a bee sting. It hurts. You rub it out; it's fine. And this tunnel continues down for another couple of minutes. Actually, it's like 4 or 5 minutes of walking down this thing. At the bottom of this tunnel, you can see that there is another large cavern that you come into. Oh, sorry. You don't need dark sight for this, though, in fact, because you can see that it has a green glow to it. And as you walk down, you can see two things that are green and glowing. One, the large pool or the large pond is green and glowing, and above you in the ceiling are green and glowing crystal clusters.
Ooh.
You can see that this pond takes up the center of the small cavern. God, I wish I had better variety of words for this fucking thing. Yeah. But you can see that around the left and right hand side there is like a walkable area. It's rough terrain. It's only like 5 foot wide, but you could walk around it. And you can see that there is a chunk of the wall of the opposite side of this cavern that's sort of eroded, destroyed. It looks like an entrance to a further cavern through this thing, but it's much more jagged.
Okay. Interesting. So it looks more like the rock was sort of just broken than it was, eroded or
It
carved.
looks like it looks like it was more of a sudden thing instead of slow erosion over thousands of years. It was definitely like
A collapse or something.
a collapse, a rip, an explosion, something.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
an explosion.
Alrighty then.
Dragon lair.
You can see that also. There's another thing. The moss continues on in this area. It falls along the walls. And you can see that the mist sort of pools into this pool and is laying on top of the pond, the green glowing pond.
Okay. So it looks more like this might be the source of the mist or the fog or whatever we want to call it. Is that what it looks like? It looks like, is it?
Nope.
No,
Because
oh,
the mist is rolling in downhill from behind you into the
It's
pond.
just settling on the water.
Oh, right. Okay.
Like the pond
Is
is a
the,
good like foot down from the area around it.
Is the moss following the mineral veins, or is it just on the wall?
It is generally on the wall. However, you can see there are, because this whole area is illuminated, you can get a good view of it. You can see that there are parts that shock much more commonly, and the moss themselves are thicker in those areas. But this stuff weaves its way everywhere.
Mm.
Alrighty then. And are the crystals, are they only on the ceiling or?
Yeah, they're only on the ceiling. The growths are like a lime green. Each of the clusters are about the size of a head.
And it would be look like emerald, would it? Or
They don't have that hue to them. They
Okay.
don't seem like that.
all right. Well, getting to them and breaking a chunk of them off might be a bit more difficult. So, potentially just take a note, make a note of
Throw
them.
my knives at them. My knives will come back.
Don't your knives do psychic damage?
Yeah. The Jews have brains.
So, okay, this is slightly matter, but it's because I'm assuming it will be knowledge that physical objects won't take psychic damage, will they?
Yeah.
No,
a good
they
point.
won't.
Cool. That's because I know in rule-wise objects are immune to psychic, but that feels fairly. You'd know how this works, right?
Um,
Like in universe, you'd understand. All right. Yeah, well, just make a note of them, unless anyone else has another way of getting to them to break them off. But otherwise, sorry. Also,
they're literally over the pool.
oh, they're directly over the pool. Okay,
They're directly over the pool now.
right.
Anyone have a
I have a way.
bow? Yeah, what's the way?
not.
So, Madeline is like looking up at the crystals and she's pondering for a moment. And she opens a little satchel by her side and starts talking into the bag. The bag starts talking back, and then she starts levitating.
Okay. Yeah. 5 feet,
uh,
10 foot. As per the level, as per the levitate spell.
I don't have the fucking.
You rise vertically up to 20 feet, and you're essentially weightless. So if someone wants to like push you, it'd work.
You almost
use
tie a
my bag
rope
and, like,
to you and then
push
just
myself upwards. Just go up towards the crystals themselves.
So, okay, so you're levitating,
Mm-hmm.
and so you want to like move towards the crystals.
Yeah.
Um,
do you want us to tie a rope around you and just push you in that direction?
You know
Well,
what?
this-
I have Mage Hand. I could probably just cast that and sort of push her with that. I assume, right?
yeah.
Because
that works.
if it's weightless, essentially, then the carrying capacity or whatever is irrelevant. So,
Yeah, I'm fine.
I could just use Mage Hand to.
That's a good choice.
Okay.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It just went twice. Then wonderful. Yeah.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
So seeing that Madeline made herself weightless and floating off the ground, Sarah will just sort of wave her own hand, say her magic words, and if oh no, it is visible. It's only invisible for this sort of ghostly appearance of this gauntleted hand and arm, like just to the forearm, I guess, appears. And
You can freely push Madeline around. I think that's totally reasonable, good spell combination. So, Madeline, where do you want to be directed towards? The crystals? Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, go towards the crystals.
Okay. Sure. 20 foot up, that puts you in range to one of the crystals. Like I said, it's a bunch of clusters of crystals. Each of the crystals are about the size of a thumb, but the clusters themselves are about the size of a head. How are you going about collecting these samples?
I would like to look at the base where the crystals are coming out. Is it like coming out of the rock, or is it forming on top of the rock? Or...
It's coming out of the rock, and it looks like the sandstone, which this is this is like hanging from, has like boiled up, and the crystals jut out of these stone bubbles, in a sense.
Okay, so in that case, probably easier to chip something off rather than try to take the whole cluster.
Yeah. I mean,
so...
yeah. It looks like, I mean, it's a crystal. It's going to be heavy. So if you try and take the whole thing the head size, it's going to be like 60 pounds or more.
Well, I'll just take a shard.
Sure. How are you taking a shard?
I'll use a my hammer and pick and then just knock a piece loose.
Okay, that's good. One whack of your hammer and a piece falls out. Are you like, how are you collecting this thing? You like just let's see. Do you touch it with your hands?
I guess I would, yeah.
Yeah, it immediately. You have gloved hands or just hands?
Shit, no, I would actually have bare hands, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
As soon as it
hands.
touches your hands, it starts burning. Very active chemical reaction. It's acidic. Do you have any sort of resistances to acidic at all?
Nope.
Okay. Roll me a actually, I'll roll it. It's damage. You take 3 damage. It starts burning your hand immediately. If you would like to just let it go immediately, you can. If you want to keep holding onto it so you can throw it in your pouch, that's going to require a willpower save.
Or you can throw it towards us.
Oh,
Anything other than just dropping it immediately is going to require a willpower save or a constitution save.
Yeah, I'll try and just drop it into like a pouch in one of the, like an outside pouch on my satchel or something like that.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll do a wisdom.
Oof.
No
Nice.
problem. Yeah, sounds good. God, for that much wisdom, I'd say it's a very wise. You have enough wherewithal to realize if you just throw this in your pack, it's probably going to continue being acidic and burn through the hole. But if you can like wrap it in something real quick, that will buy you much more time. If you have like spare shirt or something like that in there.
Yeah, I have fine
Okay.
clothes.
Do you want to just throw it in
Had
fine
fine
clothes?
clothes
You can even throw it in a fine sock if you want. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and the crystal is in there. You can hear it as you throw it in there. You can hear it sort of sizzle for a second, and then it seems to calm down when it's not in connection with flesh. But yeah, you have this crystal. Do me a favor and just add acidic crystal to your character sheet.
Stick it under my treasure.
Just put it in with your coins. It'll be fine.
No, it's in with something much worse.
Oh God, yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, just there's a bit of muffled screaming from the backpack.
Oh no.
It's in an outside pouch, not the inside.
No.
Okay, anyways. And then Mage Hand, real Madeline back in, I imagine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Or you push her to the other opposite side if you want.
Should we mage hand the crystal?
It probably would have been. Well, here's the thing. Mage Hand wouldn't have been able to break it.
No, but now that it's broken, should we mage hand the crystal?
Potentially, but I'd have to I'd have to recast it every minute to keep it up. Probably wouldn't be worth it. Like if it's okay in the clothing, then that's fine. But yeah, if worst does come to worst, I can keep it in the mage hand. I think. I don't know how that would interact with acid damage.
I want to see how it reacts in water, because otherwise I might be able to just like freeze it in a block or something.
Spectral things can't conduct chemical reactions. It's fine.
Okay.
It's basic science.
Always just like
it's basic science and magic interacts this way.
Ghosts are not bound by chemistry.
Are you sure about that? Have you found proof?
Did you take metachemistry?
I would so take that subject.
Section 1 is on the powers of crystals.
Oh no! All right. It's like remind me. Was the fog like above the pond? Is it dense enough that
the fog is just malingering above the pond. The pond's about a foot deep, or about. No, that's not incorrect. You can't see how deep it is. It's not like transparent, but you have your wooden your stone area, right? The cavern floor.
Yep.
Recessed is the pond, and there is about a foot difference between the stone floor, the cave floor, and the start of the pond. In that foot recess, you have the fog just sort of there.
Yeah, but it's like thin enough that you can still see through it into the pond.
You can see the pond. Plus, the pond's glowing.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Actually, it is glowing. Do we hear any like hissing or sizzling or anything that sounds like the pond is acidic? Or
can I roll a ball bearing into the pond and see if it starts to hiss or something?
Yeah, no, it's acidic. It's very blatantly acidic.
Okay.
Don't jump in there. I mean, if you want to, you can.
Guess I want a new I want a new character. I dive head him.
Yeah, Lucier, you want to?
I'm sick and tired of this group.
Event for the film.
Right then.
Guys, I have a plan. Jumps into acid.
There's an option that you're not seeing. Jumps in. Right. So, and there's just all the vines, and we haven't seen any other like valuable mineral veins or anything around, is there?
Not here, but the fact that there's like patches of frequent arcing electricity and thicker areas of moss indicate that those areas would have galena as well.
Okay. All right, that's fine. So the moss patches more densely around the veins.
Yes.
All right, cool. So that means we can just keep an eye out for denser patches of things, and so
Yeah.
all right. So we got proof that there's something valuable here. How much of it is in question, but it's there.
Yeah, barely have to do any mining either. It's already all caved out, or
Yeah. Well then, if we oh, sorry, go on.
No, you're good. I just want to mention, remind, because it's not in the map, that there is an entrance on the opposite side of this.
Yes, there's the more unnatural entrance, exit, whatever it may be, to the room, right?
Yes, a ripped out wall, let's call it.
Yeah. Well then, we can continue down this path, or we should double back, but
So is there a way around this point? Or is it like there's a
on your left and right hand side of the wall or the cavern, against the wall is a couple of feet of walking distance. Like there's like ledges that are 2 to 3 foot wide.
But like against the wall, as in like I would have to press myself up against the wall to go around.
Yes, you'd have to shimmy.
Yeah, not going to do that.
Well, Horik might not have to. Everyone else would.
Hey, I could go look at the other side if you want. Because if we have to shimmy across the wall, people are getting electrocuted, right? Or acid damage did.
Yeah, there is the moss there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a tight squeeze of acrobatic.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, but like, is it actually strong enough for us to be taking damage, or is it just uncomfortable?
If you lie on it, I assume it would hurt.
If you press your body against the moss and walk for 30 foot around the circumference of, or half the circumference of this room, you're going to take acid damage.
Okay.
You're sponging yourself down with some acid.
Yeah, like a single syringe injection doesn't do much, but if you're walking through a wall of syringes, it's going to cause issues.
Why syringes?
Yeah, why syringes? Syringe of acid?
Glass, you know, a drawing pin, you know, anything like that. Okay.
All right.
If it's conceivable for Horik to traverse this side skirt bit here and get there without having to press himself up against the wall, I will attempt to. If that's not possible, I'll advise to turn back. But it might be good to just get eyes down this corridor.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So, Horik, you're gonna be going first.
I
might be going first and last. Like I don't know. Like
fair enough. Can you give me a would this be a dex save or no? This would be a acrobatics.
Okay.
Not difficult, and Horik, you can have advantage.
Hey. If that doesn't pass, let me know.
It is not that difficult whatsoever. You just walk along the wall.
Cool. Yeah, and I'll try and take a look 60 feet down this one.
Sure. You can see the wall itself goes from like smooth and just sort of breaks out. And you can see there are loose boulders beyond this broken wall. And you can see it sort of hits into another cavern, and you can see that the so what would you be able to see?
Everything. The Matrix.
You can hear wind blowing down there. You don't feel the wind yourself, but you can hear wind blowing. The cavern entrance here is actually pretty, like it's 10 foot by 10 foot.
Does this look like it's been blown in or blown out?
Blown out.
Is there? Yeah, so there's like debris on the other side. Okay.
Well, blown out from which direction? From like out?
From this way. Like this way.
From the acid area, it has blown outwards into the tunnel.
Okay, so it was blowing from the room, essentially, into the tunnel, not the other way around.
Right.
Okay, cool.
And Callie and Lucira and Madeline are just watching
Yep.
Hork look
Mhm.
around from across the pond.
I'll head back to the guys.
Is it worth traveling down?
If we need to make a way out, maybe, but right now, probably not.
That depends. The that floating trick you did. How many times can you do that? Do you repeat it for all of us, or?
Oh, that was it. That's it for the day.
Very well. At the very least, we got some prize from it. Shall we go? I believe we should go and investigate the other path.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, I'll head up.
We've still got time.
We do. I mean, yes, we got. So we got acid crystal. We got galena. So we've got some proof that there is minerals here. We know about the ceiling bugs, so we're still not sure if they're a threat or not. And we've got this other path to explore. I say we go do that before heading back.
Same order.
Yep. I'll take the lead. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Okay, so you guys are gonna go back to the ceiling bug room, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Are you leaving the cavern? Or are you going back? Are you going to the other entrance you guys
This
did down below?
way.
Yeah, the other.
Yeah, going down the other entrance.
Okay, sounds good.
Have the ceiling bugs moved at all?
You think like one or two of them maybe moved? They all kind of look the same. So,
Right. So one of them might be awake and they're still not attacking. So either they're very bad visibility or they're not hostile.
or they're just sleepy.
Or they're
Not
sleepy.
yet. Not yet.
You go into the other cavern, or the other entrance. It's a small area. It's about 5 foot by 5 foot as you go in. How to think about this? So there's no like acid fog here. It actually goes up a bit, so the area is like free of acid fog. Um, the area in front of you has it narrows down quite substantially. Whereas you've been able to walk all the previous areas, it actually gets down small enough that you'd have to go prone and like squeeze through this thing. Now, it's not such a tight fit that you can't move your arms, but it's such a tight fit you can't move much more. Like you're gonna have to squeeze through this bitch if you want to continue forward.
Well, then it seems this will not be a dignified movement, but we shall carry on.
How small are we talking?
Small enough that Madeline and Lucira, depending on your armor, might not be able to fit with your armor on.
Oh.
Take the armor
Well,
off, push it through.
Torque, you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're golden.
Yeah. Here's the thing: heavy armor takes an hour to take off and put on
Oh.
again.
God, I forgot you had heavy armor.
Yeah.
Madeline and Lucira,
Oh,
what
God.
armors do you have on specifically?
I
don't know.
have chainmail.
Chainmail is the lightest of heavy armors.
It is, yes.
Do either of you have any shields?
Yeah.
I do not.
The shield will not fit. The chainmail, because it's chainmail, you can squeeze through. It's gonna be tight fit. Shield will absolutely not fit through this hole.
I will wait on this side of the hole.
All right.
I don't mind going through.
Okay, Madeline, I'm gonna just put you over here.
So, will no shield at all go through?
And no shield at all will go through. Unless you have like a buckler, I don't think that's a thing.
No.
Oh.
In rules, at least.
Shield, it's kite shield is the standard, and it's too wide; it can't go through.
Yeah, I'm going to I am going to. I'll leave my shield behind. I'm going to squeeze through.
You can just unequip the shield. You don't need to do anything
Yeah.
fancy with that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And Lucy, are you good to go?
Yeah, I'm good to go. I don't have a shield or anything, so if the
Sounds
chainmail fits, then I can squeeze
Um,
through.
Hork, you're going to be going first. Can you give me a, I believe acrobatics would work with this? Would athletics at all?
I'd say
What do you guys?
acrobatics would be like being able to squeeze through it dexterously, and athletics is just doing it via force.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Hork, can you give me a acrobatics or athletics check with advantage because you're much smaller than the rest.
Okay. If that doesn't succeed, let me know.
It does succeed.
Okay.
It's gonna be difficult if you want to like get back at it. Takes you like a minute of getting through this area or like squeezing through. You can see there's a like 5 foot through. It opens up a bit more that you can like crouch through, and then a little bit beyond that you can see you can like stand. Maybe the other people wouldn't be able to stand though. But yeah, it is difficult for you to get through. It takes about a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Callie, you want to go next?
Sure thing. Acrobatics.
Or athletics?
Acrobatics it is.
Okay. You're fine. Somehow you get through. I don't know. You're in dead. You take your arm off, right?
You hear bones snapping as they break.
Everything dislocates. Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Just turned into a snake for a while.
It's like a snake goes through there. Okay, who we got here? We got Lucira.
Yeah.
Lucira, why don't you give me a roll? Either athletics or acrobatics with disadvantage.
Disadvantage for the armor.
Heavy armor. Yep. It's
Okay.
chainmail, so you can still move around, but it is still bulky.
Oh boy.
Imagine if a bit of stone catches in the chainmail, she can't get it out.
I'm in danger.
Hot damn. Okay, yeah, somehow.
Yes.
You do the worm an inch at a time. You're not able to move your arms because the bulky ass chainmail, but you do the worm through it and you're able to get to the other side. It takes you like 5 minutes.
Like Lucira will like brush herself off and then just like, and that will not be mentioned to anyone. Am I clear?
Clear of the.
Good. Madeline, are you sure you do not wish to come with? I hardly think there will be a threat to us on this side.
I'll stay on this side and I'll keep hold of the shields. Because I'm assuming you're not going to be gone for a massive amount of time, and I do technically have a way through if you get into combat or something. So
Okay.
I'll wait here. Holler if you need any help.
If you are sure, then do the same. We shall come back as quick as we can.
I'll back up into the passageway as much as I can and have just the shield in front of me.
Sounds good.
Well,
The three of you continue forward a bit, like 5 feet, right? With your dark vision, you look around the room, and why don't you all give me perception checks?
damn. Wow, I'll take that for +1.
Hot damn. Okay.
God, it's
So
so nice
this
being
is-
able to play a character that doesn't have -2 and disadvantage on perception checks.
It's fun to play characters who are kind of shit. So.
Yes, but Teaser was fantastic, but my god, did it make spotting anything a nightmare?
I'll always miss Brighttail and his 4 charisma. You can see, with 27 perception and all that, you can see that there is none of this moss here. You can see that you can see like dried clumps of it as though it had been here at one point, but had been torn down or something like that, or just killed. Something killed it. You can see it is in front of you is a 20-foot diameter round cavern. The height is about 8 foot. Maybe 7 foot in some parts. If you walk through, you might hit your head, and if you have a helmet on. You can see that on the opposite side of this cavern is a collapsed pile of rubble, quite thick and wide. Like there might be another cavern on the other side of this thing, but you can't get through. These boulders are massive. They're like horse cart size.
Okay.
However, you can see that there are two things by this how to describe it? Sorry, give me a moment because I want to get this right. You know what? I'm gonna go to the restroom, guys. Give me a moment to think this through. Go to the restroom.
We
Ryan
find
is just hunched over in a hole with two shields in front of her, going hee hee hee.
Haha, I'm safe.
we find Crom.
You find his skeleton.
He died, but this area still brings people back from the dead, and so his skeleton just casting lightning bolt at random directions.
While shouting fireball.
It's the same thing, really, isn't it? God, lightning bolt is such a bad spell in comparison.
Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt.
We see a pedestal. It has what looks to be a body wrapped in cloth on it. There are two statues. We walk up, uncover the cloth. It's Lon Kui. This was his homeland. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's got to kill off more druids somehow, so he's got to bring one back so he can kill it again.
Cameron's next character should be a person who is specifically hired to hunt down druids. That'd be pretty sick.
You see, I've beaten the curse by having a pre-dead druid.
Can't kill what's already dead. What's dead never dies.
I guess I'm back.
Hello.
You've technically fallen foul of the curse already.
Is everyone here? Toxie?
Mhm.
Yep, it's still here.
Okay, good. Okay, so what you see on the opposite side of this room is you see a calcified skeleton. It looks like his legs had been crushed by one of these rocks. And you can see that there is a steel, well, maybe steel? You see a chest there. It has ornament to it. It looks very sturdy. It looks very old. You can see, well, you have dark vision. It's dark. You wouldn't be able to see color. But you can see that it had been smashed by one of these rocks, and it is solidly underneath one of these boulders. That's one of the odd things. The other odd thing is that you can see that the floor here is moving. You can see that there are hundreds of these little centipede creatures about the size of a sausage, roiling and moving across each other on the floor between you and that, the chest and the skeleton. This looks like some sort of like nest or like breeding chamber or something like that. These look to be the young of the centipedes.
This could be very dangerous.
This is very dangerous.
Sure, no. So basically, there's no exit to this place because it's all collapsed, right?
If there was an exit, it'd be beyond the collapsed, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
the only entrance exit behind you, in that tiny little rock area.
oh god, it gets worse. Okay, and the chest is beneath a boulder that is big, like you can't move it, probably.
You'd have to, half of the boulders, half the chest is underneath a boulder that is crushing it. It looks made of metal, so it's bent in. Maybe if you worked at it with a crowbar, you might be able to break open the other side and get entrance to it.
Okay then. Alrighty then. But it seems as though there might be something inside there. And she'll just look at Horik and quirk an eyebrow as if, well, would you like to take an attempt to get it?
Is there any way to get to that rock without going through the creepy crawlies?
Yeah, there is. There are rocks that stick up from the floor that the centipedes don't crawl on. The centipedes are on the base floor itself, but anything that sticks up, they don't really crawl on. They don't go high. There's also a couple of columns and stalagmites between you and there. You could hypothetically hop across if you prefer to do that. It would be difficult.
I could get across if you do not wish to make the journey.
I just see which one of you two survives.
It may be easier if you threw a hork. Just saying.
Nobody tosses a halfling.
Dwarves, they're fine. Halflings, complete otherwise.
Nobody tosses a halfling. I'll try and jump across, I guess. I'll try and hopscotch across.
Yeah. If you want to.
Sure.
I have cure wounds prepared.
All right.
Okay. So it's going to be a acrobatics check to get across.
Okay.
And an acrobatics check to come back.
Cool.
If you fail, you will fall into a floor full of centipedes.
All right.
You want to take the crowbar with you? Do you already have the crowbar on you?
I have the crowbar on me, all things.
Sounds good. You're good to go. Anyone have any buffs or anything you want to cast? Words of wisdom?
Don't fall.
I have resistance. That's the only thing I could possibly cast.
Don't think that's
saving throws. So,
I know.
You might need it if these are poisonous centipedes.
I will attempt to cross.
Well, actually, no, not two.
Okay, give me a acrobatics check.
I will add a d6.
But before you do that 11's a failure. Okay, now you can have C6.
Okay, thanks.
I'm going to follow the rules.
Technically, yes.
Make sure that's a d6. What level are we? 4?
4.
There's a d6. 13.
13 is not enough.
Yeah, that's fine.
These rocks are very slippery, and you make what you think is a good jump, and you slip, and you have to catch yourself by planting the other foot forward directly into the mound of centipedes.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Well, y'all select your token, and we're going to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I am really glad.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe slappy rocks.
I am glad I picked up an
It
AOE.
took Lucira 5 minutes to squeeze through that gap in the wall.
Yep.
Oh god.
Doesn't go before.
The question is, who's in more danger? 1v8 or 3 versus million?
You failed the acrobatics by 1 point, so you're not going to be prone. You're just going to be standing.
Motherfucker.
Yep, I know. Okay, we're just gonna do this.
Oh god.
Okay, everybody. Let me just double check and make sure I don't.
Everybody, say goodbye to Horik.
Oh, you know, I didn't add the roll table. I'm sorry. There it is.
I think we should all re-roll because the thing wasn't there.
No, we're not doing that. Madeline also gets a turn. You can hear them scream from, and just like, I don't know.
You just hear Horik being like, shit.
Okay, Lucier has 2, Callie has 15. Horik has, where's Horik?
23.
23.
That's the highest initiative I have ever rolled. Like,
Let's let me do this.
I actually think I've had natural 20s and all my other characters have had initiatives never that high.
Yeah, probably because usually
Got a negative 2. I think Andrews had like a 1. That's my little tinker guy. Forgot his name. God, this room is cold.
It's got a warmer room, God.
Yeah,
Ah,
if only,
there it is.
if only, right?
That's what I was looking for.
Oh, my paints don't freeze.
Callie, I think you go first. And a tie player wins. initiative.
Horik goes first.
Oh, yeah, Horik goes first. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I'd be.
I was gonna say, who the fuck got a 24?
Horik, what would you like to do?
I would like to take the bonus action disengage, and I would like to take the full action dash, and I would like to run away.
I mean, are you more than
Back
30
over
feet
here.
away from us?
Hmm?
Are you more than 30 feet away from us? You mean
I have no idea. How far away from them are?
you mean need to
The
dash?
cavern's only 30 foot, like, the chest is only 30 foot away, so it's
Oh,
50 feet away.
heck yeah, brother. Then I want to just disengage and run back.
Okay, no problem.
Behind
God
her.
Damn it.
And then, since
These
I only
halflings
use
are
my
so
bonus,
slippery.
no, since I don't have halfling nimbleness, and since I only use my bonus action, I would like to take my action to attack with one psychic blade on this kid. Oh, no, yeah. Oh, no, on this kid.
Just completely free of consequences.
For now.
Failure means nothing! All right, I will attack with my Shy Dagger. No sneak attack on this. Actually, I'll just keep it attached, but we just know that we're not to use it. Okay, big money going to want me. 25. Does that hit? That's good.
25 absolutely hits. Yes, 25 hits.
Okay, so that's 10 damage, no psychic damage. No, sorry, no sneak attack damage, 9 damage total. My apologies.
Okay. It purely does psychic?
It is all psychic damage, yeah.
Neat.
So they don't get resistance to it, I think.
Hmm.
Unless they have
Ryan's about to get a flight to London, come into my room, kicking ass.
See. I think I have overdone it again. I think I'm at. Fuck it, whatever. It's fine. If you guys die, it's fine. Okay, Callie, what would you like to do?
Now, do I assist or
This
do I
swarm's
leave?
bloodied.
Do I assist or do I leave? For now, I'll assist. Rhizula's kill a halfling kill shot. Alrighty. is Shillelagh. Shillelagh's a bonus action.
Shillelagh.
And Symbiotic Entity is an action. What I'm going to do is I am going to cast Shillelagh on my weapon, and I am going to hold action to attack if a swarm comes to attack me.
Pretty sure hold action is a entire turn, isn't it?
It's your action.
It's the
Oh,
action.
it's just your action.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
It's your action
Oh.
and your reaction to use it.
Okay. It is not a very wide opening that you guys are at. So it's going to be these two are going to go first and swarm you.
Do I take my swing
Okay.
first?
You do, absolutely.
And
Ooh, shit. That hits, absolutely. And that actually saves you quite a bit of damage because they, at full strength, they fuck you up.
Oh,
Okay,
concern
first one
rises.
to go
Hello?
towards Callie.
Piccolops.
Yes!
Oh, what a crit!
okay.
So it's very good that you hurt it quite a bit.
That's fine.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Okay, and then next up for Lucira, this one's going to attack. This one's also half health.
oh shit, that was a...
9 didn't hit.
Cool.
Wait, who get critted?
I did.
Callie.
Okay.
He crit against Callie.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
saying who got critted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Lucira, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
The rest
Isn't it Madeline's?
Yeah, Madeline.
Yep.
I'm sorry. My bad. Madeline.
Do the others not
uh,
move?
No. So they're swarms, so they could occupy another creature's space, but I don't know if swarms are allowed to occupy swarm space. And it's a cavern. I'm just going to leave them there.
Okay.
Like they don't have a hive mind. They're not all moving towards you. It's like the ones that are near you are like food. They chased after the helmet, the halfling. Okay, Madeline. Madeline, what would you like to do?
So Adam just kind of peeks through the hall when she hears the sounds of battle, and just calls out, "You guys okay in there? Do you need me to come in?" And that'll be my turn.
Okay, sounds good. Lucira, what would you like to do?
You know what? I would like to use my new spell. I would like to cast Burning Hands at level 1. And I'm just going to put the cone, so it hits these two.
Oh, sweet. Oh, that's why you're asking. I see.
That's fine. I mean, I'm not fussed. It was important, but it's still probably the best thing I can do, really. So yeah, I can do the spell. Level 1. Yeah, that is some very mediocre damage. I will use my trait for it. Yeah. Just before that goes on, I would like to use my Sanguine Burst. I will take 1 damage.
Okay.
And I will re-roll the 1 and 2 in that damage track.
Good. 11
So
damage
it
total.
becomes 11 damage, yeah.
Yeah. It's an area effect spell. It's a swarm. I think disadvantage on dexterity saving throw is reasonable.
Sure, if that's how you want to play it.
I think that's. I mean, let's see. How many times am I rolling this? Wow, geez.
2. 1
There you go. Okay.
1 fails. You can pick which one. I don't mind.
I always go from top down if I can.
Cool.
And then-
So top 1 passes, and the first one takes a face full of fire.
11 damage. It
Yep,
is
11
dead. They crisp up. It's not half damage at success.
Oh yeah, sorry, it is half damage. Yeah, I forgot.
Okay, that's good.
So and then
It'd
the
be
top
6.
one takes 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Just round it down.
Yes.
Very
Goes around
close
down.
to
Sorry, 5.
Just round down for all damage.
Yeah. Lucera will take out the rapier and she'll swing a sword enough that it scrapes along the ground and
Mhm.
creates sparks, and then she sort of waves the sparks in a way that creates this wave of flame.
What would you like to
do? I'll do like a little baseball slide underneath Lucera's legs, and then fling 2 daggers at this kid. So these will have sneak attack if they hit. Ooh, a 9.
9 does not hit. Let me check. 9 does not hit.
Okay, my second dagger. 20.
That hits.
Cool. 5 sneak attack damage and 8 psychic damage.
Okay, that
I
one's
think the
dead.
sneak attack damage is also psychic.
Really?
No. Ooh. Now I need to double check. I think
that out.
it's just piercing, but
It doesn't.
it was.
Does it not do the damage
Yeah.
of the?
I don't know because
Yeah.
rogues
Let's
almost
see.
always just do
What
piercing.
damage does sneak? What damage is sneak attack? It is the same as the weapon used to deliver the attack.
Oh damn! It
Psychic.
is. Holy shit!
Nice.
The weapon sets
That
the
makes
damage type of the extra damage from Jeremy Crawford.
That makes
And
sense.
then he'll like do like a little sort of like
Yeah,
linebacker spin move and end up in here.
Okay, sounds good.
dude, that's fucking amazing and disgusting at the same time. Psychic damage, sneak attack. I'm fucking sorry. What?
A lot of fun.
Hork, there's only a 10-foot. There's not room there for you. It's poorly illustrated, but there's only 10 foot there.
But
Okay.
I'm like 3. I'm like 3. Okay, I'll stand behind him.
Here. The sake of sanity. There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And Callie, what would you like to do?
Well, seeing as the ones attacking us are dead, and as of this exact moment, the rest of the swarm isn't moving, Callie is going to say, right, well, I'm going to go outside and rest, and he's going to turn into an acid ant and crawl through the hole to go back to where Madeline is using wild shape.
Wow. All right.
Hey, I think I can get there.
Give
So-
me the crowbar, and I will see what I can do if you wish. Does not need to jump across.
Will you be able to? Wait, is the chest smashed open?
The chest is smashed. It is not smashed open. It is smashed close. Like a...
Also, is there like a gap between it and the centipedes, or
Yeah, there is.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
The
like,
centipede is just like in the center of the room.
yeah,
whereas
got
the
it.
rest is on the far side.
I can get to them. They will probably need the crowbar to open it. Do
I have the crowbar. I have lockpicks as well.
They are not quite in my skill set.
If you want, he's not southern.
He can be.
Hey, I'm walking here. If you want to bring the, if you want to bring, if you want to bring the chest over, I can open it up.
Well, there's a giant boulder on the chest, so like
Oh right, okay.
I don't think I
Yeah,
can.
you're not doing it.
I can't move it, but I can open like part.
Oh,
of it.
like pry the front off.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll give you the thing, mate, and I'll just get ready to attack anything.
Cool. You're in for a sight.
Oh,
So
God,
you're gonna
turn into something awful.
you see. I'm assuming like there are circular walls around the cavern.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's like
Cool. You're gonna see Lucera will walk up to one of the walls.
Oh, Jesus Christ, it's spider crane.
Yep. And she is going to she'll just reach up and put sort of almost as if she's going to step onto the wall. And then that is exactly what she does. And she is just going to sort of walk up the wall, standing horizontally to the ground with zero effort in from her. And she is just going to walk the circumference of the room to the chest, please.
Does Lucera wear a cloak like in her photo?
Yes, and she is also not dumb, so she will keep it away.
Bind it with a belt or something? Okay, yeah, I got you. Okay.
She can just grab it with
Yeah.
one of her hands. She's got a free hand anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you're able to just walk along the ceiling, absolutely.
Yes.
And yeah, you get to the other side, and there is in front of you a calcified skeleton, and a treasure chest.
I'm going to assume there's nothing specific. It's like a humanoid, but
it's really hard to tell. It starts to have like
I didn't think so.
stoniness to it. It's really hard to tell.
But
Human size.
All right, so probably not like Goliath or troll or anything like that, but humanoid. That's fine. She will try and take the crowbar to the chest.
Okay, sounds good.
Also, what's Horrick's reaction to Lucera just casually shattering the laws of physics?
Yeah, he's just kind of standing there, like mouth agape, and he had like his psychic dagger in his hand, but his hand's gone limp, and so it just keeps falling to the floor, disappearing, reappearing to his hand, and falling to the floor again. So it's doing like a yo-yo over and over. He's like,
when she gets there, Lucera will like give a hair flip and a smirk, and just sort of like, "Yep, that's fine. I can do this."
Yeah, it comes back around. Hey, check for a coin. Jesus Christ. Hey, check for a coin purse, or, if there's any other things lying around.
Well, there is not much left of his legs, at the very least.
The clothing there's not even a shred of it left.
Look, Horrick is greedy, not smart, okay? Leave me alone.
That's fair. All right, I'll try to crowbar open this chest if I can.
Yeah, sounds good. There's no like negative fail. So yeah, you're just able to pry the crowbar into the side of this metal chest. Now you're closer. You can see that one, it is a steel chest. It is embossed the right word? It's decorated with gold leaf in certain parts. It looks like a very nice chest. And if it wasn't structurally destroyed by having a boulder fall on top of it, you would probably not be able to get this open even with a crowbar. However, it's totally fucked. Yeah. So like it's even bowed out at the wall. The side of it's like bowed out, so you can just get your crowbar in there and just pry it open pretty easily. When you look in there, you can see a metal ingot of blue silver hue.
Ooh.
And the shredded remnants of leather vellum or something like that, but so old that even like opening the crowbar has made it collapse and turn into an unreadable thing. It does have a metal the vellum scroll, though its collapse is gone. It did have like a wrap to it, and it has a seal, like a I guess seals were it's fine.
Like a wax
made
seal
of it's like a wax seal, but it's like a metal clasp.
Okay, yeah. So that means it's probably going to stand the test of time.
Yeah, it's still fine. It's very blemished and all that, but it's still there. It's like ring size essentially.
Cool. So there's essentially the clasp and this stone or ingot or whatever. Sorry, what did you call it?
It's a metal ingot.
It is a metal ingot. Okay, it's metal. And what was it like? The cold blue.
Yeah. Cool. It is heavy.
I would like to take them both out. Do I recognize the seal at all? Or
give me a knowledge history.
I will give you a knowledge history with no disadvantage or anything.
Just give me a knowledge history.
Cool. Nah, not with that.
Very fancy looking.
All right.
You don't recognize the what languages do you speak?
Common and Elvish.
It's neither of those.
Yep, cool. That's fine.
It looks like there's some sort of like rune or something like that. It might be a name or something, but you don't recognize it. It is very fancy though. Yeah.
And I don't recognize the language at all, even if you don't understand it.
It's just a single rune, a single like character.
Oh, okay, then yeah, that'll make it a lot.
It may just be like a family sigil, or it may be a super complex like word with all sorts of inferences from another language, but you don't recognize.
That's fine. Yeah, it's just because I can see French and know it's French, even if I don't understand it. But that's if it's something completely alien, then
yeah. Let me see here.
To be fair, I wouldn't be able to identify like.
No, if it's like just a single symbol, then that's going to make it like ultra difficult. But if it was anything more complex, so
let's see here. I wanna change one thing.
Oh.
The seal is made of the same material as the ingot. It's not pure silver. It's that bluish silver.
All right, interesting. And shit, I guess would I know what the ingot is? Like, would I know what the metal is?
Give me a knowledge nature.
I will make an attempt at this. God damn it!
No, it ain't silver.
It ain't silver. All right, cool. That's fine. Okay. Can I?
Well, actually, let me think here real quick. What's your background again? Are you noble?
Yes, essentially.
You kind of you don't know what the hell this is, but you recognize it as being valuable because you've seen it like as a decoration, as like a treated the same way gold would be, very delicately for like decoration to show ostentatiousness. This is worth something.
Ooh, interesting. So the fact that it's in an ingot might not have been found. It probably wasn't found here because you'd probably. Oh, I don't know. There's possibilities, but it seems like this bloke was traveling with it. Either way, that's everything. Can I get a glimpse through the collapsed tunnel?
No,
it's just completely blocked. Is it?
it's totally fucked.
Okay.
Let me think. Give me an investigation check. There's information. Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Well, surely I've got to succeed on one of these, right?
You can't tell him.
I love.
You want to moonroof across the ceiling back to?
Yes, I will.
Okay, sounds good. So get back over there, and you guys go back through the squeeze back through the tunnel. To join with the rest of the group.
Yes. Oh, and
Did you want to show off the stuff?
Yeah. Yes, I will show it to Horik. Because I don't recognize anything, but I know this is valuable. But also, I really just want to see like Horik's continued reaction to Lucera once again walking.
Yeah, he's just like dumbfounded. He's like, "Hey, all right, we got a ingot, we got a letter. That's fine. We got a weirdo who can walk on walls." He starts to like crawl back through the.
You'll find I can do a great many things.
Hey, look, anybody can get fancy boots, all right? You just stay back there. I'll go ahead first, make sure there's nothing out there.
All right.
He fully believes that your boots are just enchanted, and he's going to crawl.
Sweet summer child.
Okay. Just close that out. Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna make a roll a second time. Horik and Lucera squeeze out through that tunnel, and the group is now back together.
I have lost over half my health.
Have you actually?
Oh, you did take 11 damage, didn't you?
I think it was 11 or 12 damage. Yeah.
12, yeah. Wait, how much AP do you have?
If you had not knocked that creature down to half health, you would have taken 8d4 damage.
Yeah, I have 22 HP.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
I'd say what, but that's actually not. Wait, yeah, I'm still saying what because.
Wait, how much?
Druids are D8, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, but
wow.
Rogues are only at the 10? 8?
Yeah, so I'm hovering around the average.
God. What's your con?
1.
Quite high.
Oh, that's not gonna help. Anyway, alright, that's fine. Probably for the best then. You seem hurt. Do you need assistance? Also, I'm assuming we're on the other side.
Yeah, you're in the bug room.
Cool.
And the bug's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should maybe have this conversation. Hey, let's take a roll call and make sure everybody's all right when we get out onto the ledge instead of underneath these weird bugs.
Yeah, well, if they are hostile, then it may be best for us to take care of them now. If the mining team is to come here and dig for such materials, then they would want the threat dealt with, you know?
Yeah, but Bones over there doesn't look very good.
Just look at Callie, you say, are you content to? Would you prefer to come back another day for this?
If we're planning on dealing with this now,
I mean, perhaps they do not want it. I'm simply dealing with it while we are here. We can deal with it now, but we can go report back to Faro. Go report back and see what he thinks.
let's report back.
Very well. If that is, if you feel that is your limit, then we shall go.
Yeah. Callie is making his way back towards the crag.
Make my way. I fucking hate that we both picked up on that. Yes.
The party moves on back to the crag. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and then attempts to ascend the rope.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good.
Lucero will once again
Yes.
ignore the use of the rope and just she will climb on using her arms this time. Doesn't want to give away too many secrets. Only Horik knows, but no one will believe him.
Oh, one chance.
Just play fucking psyops with me.
Of course I am.
Madeline will be kind of trading behind, and we'll just call out again. So you guys okay? Do you need me to come in and help?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess. Well, I'm assuming Callie would have.
I was an acid ant that crawled through and then turned back into Callie, wounded. Yeah, they're fine.
Doing great. Oh god, I'm all bleeding all over the place.
I didn't realize acid ants were the size of a cat.
Are they small?
What?
Acid ants are apparently roughly cat-sized.
God. Why can't D&D just leave the freaky fucking things at home?
Oh, they are small, yeah. I'm now really interested into whether a druid can make use of their ability.
The wild shape?
No, the explosive death thing that they have.
Oh.
Because it's when the ant is reduced. Because it's when the ant is reduced to 0 HP, but you also transform at 0 HP. So
that'd be something for Ryan to answer.
It will be something for Ryan to figure out. But wow,
I think you gain. Doesn't it say you gain all the abilities of them?
You do, but it's because you've got.
There's two things that trigger at 0 HP.
Yeah, but there's no limit on 0 HP triggers, right? It's not like a reaction or an action. It's happening.
No, it's great, but because druids transform back because any excess damage still goes through to them. So it's like it's sort of like an immediate transformation back. But it's just a weird one. I think you probably could, but it's just that I can see why not as well.
You guys, I'm back.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Okay. Where were we? Oh, that's right. You guys were going back up to camp, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you all ascend. And you look around, you can see the camp being set up. There's not much cover out here. There's no trees. There's barely any grass. Everything's sort of eroded, so there's not like a lot of rocks to. So the camp is just set up in the center of this opening, or this plain, I guess. About 60 feet away from the crag. Set up similar to how it was in the mushroom forest, but everything seems set good. They've no fire right now, but sun's starting to go down. Let's see, you're on the So how do you guys want to go about this? Like, what's the deal?
I suppose we should go and answer to Pharaoh.
Yep.
Report back to him.
With the samples we have.
Yes. So I will show him. Oh well, whoever has it will show him the Galena, show him the acid rock, and I guess I would show him the silver ingot. I don't think it's from like that crag, but could be. So I'll show it.
Sounds good. Yeah, Pharaoh's gonna be there in the camp, sort of getting dinner ready. Let's see. And then Lucera walks up with both the Galena and the.
Well, I'll show him the Galena first. I'm assuming Madeline is coming with me to deal with the acid rock.
Okay. Yeah, he'll
Or I guess you could give it to me, and I can, if you want to rest or something, I can.
No, I'm good. I'll just come with you.
Okay, cool. Well, we did a brief investigation of one of the caves in that crag.
Okay. Let me get. Okay. And what did you find down there?
Well, initially we found some veins. Found some numerous veins of galena, and just sort of show him the sample we have.
Okay.
It is hidden behind badges of vinyls and such that seem to be acidic, but it is not. It is not terribly dangerous, but not pleasant, I should say. And there was quite a bit of it, or we found an amount of it, right? Not like a massive amount, but
not a pretty good mineable amount.
Okay, then
yeah. The moss seems to grow pretty thick in the areas, and there's a lot of like thick areas of moss. So yeah, no, there's a decent amount down there.
Okay, then yes, we found a fair amount of galena. We did also find something that seemed to be a source of. Well, we found some crystals and gestures at Madeline. These are a bit more dangerous. They seem to be acidic, just above a pool of also acidic water. That does seem to be a bit more dangerous. The miners may have to watch out for that one.
Let me hold on one moment. And he's gonna turn around. Melodrek, Growl. And Melodrek comes over, and one of the Durgars come over, and they both take a look at this stuff. The Durgar is going to put his hand out for the Galena.
Yep, hand it to him.
Okay. He takes it, and he takes a very close look at it. He pulls out a little like a very small one-handed pick and starts picking at it, testing it. You see him like lick it a bit and just like look at it. It's like, oh, it's Galena. It's mostly a lot of lead. And he spits on the ground. Probably shouldn't have done that, but
oh yeah, that's bad.
no, I think we can make some money off this stuff. It's not the best. We have a shit ton of lead, but it's easy to forge, or not forge, purify. We left with silver, which is pretty easy to get out of here. And then Melodrek is going to you have the crystal in the sock.
And hold it out and just warn him, don't touch it with your bare hands. It burns on flesh.
He's gonna Melodrek just like looks over his shoulder, and without saying anything, one of his zombies comes over, and the zombie will put out its hand and handle the crystal.
Okay.
And it's still in the sock, but like, being careful. And Melodrek will take a look at it, and then he'll take out a device to help him like look at it more closely. And you can hear him cast a spell. Look at it. It says, well, it looks like some sort of elemental stone, not of the natural world. Could be dangerous, maybe useful, interesting at the very least.
Well, we found a well, not a significant amount because how big was the cluster? Because I know you said the clusters were like the size of our heads.
There's a fucking good amount of this stuff.
Okay, yeah, we
like a dozen of these clusters, each of them the size of your head.
Yeah, okay. We found quite a few of them in the in one of the caves. Not yet explored further, but seems enough to warrant us reporting back with what we have found.
Hmm. Melendrick just nods his head thoughtfully. Okay. We should put that somewhere more safe. Maybe stuff it in with some dirt to stop the burning, and then yeah, that should do it. Okay.
Perhaps that would certainly neutralize it.
And the Pharaoh is going to ask you, Lucera, so how satisfied are you with the exploration? You guys gonna go back in there, or do you have your final report?
There are many. I think there were like numerous caves in there, wasn't there? A lot of or several.
There were many branching ones. Yes. There was also that one cave beyond the acid pond, which continued downwards.
Yeah.
It was definitely like something beyond that because there was wind blowing.
Yeah. Okay. I believe there is. I believe there will be more for us to discover, but it's prudent to report back first. Although there is one more thing. There is numerous of these centipede creatures. The big ones did not seem initially hostile, or perhaps they just did not notice us. But there was a cave full of little ones, and Horik. Also, Kali found himself on the receiving end of numerous of their bites. If the miners are to go there, we shall have to deal with them, but with Kali's condition, we thought it best to come back, rest, and if need to be deal with them, then we can deal with it then.
Sure. No, I understand. That makes perfect sense. You don't need to do this all at once. Obviously, we are at a time schedule, but you don't need to dive the full depth in. Did you try interacting with these centipedes at all, or were they friendly? Were they violent?
Well, like I said, the big ones we had no interaction with. We were not particularly subtle with when initially passing through, and they did not seem to react to us. However, Horik did while trying to move himself through a cave, put his foot in the center of, or in the middle of the swarm, and they reacted hostilely to him, but perhaps if we just leave them alone, that they will leave us alone. It is up to. I shall leave it up to you whether you feel it's best to exterminate them in case they are hostile, or if you
I
believe.
prefer to let things live if they aren't dangerous. I don't think exterminate is necessary. But again, it's your safety. Obviously, if it causes trouble for us, then we'll try to move them along or convince them or persuade them in one way or another. But
that is your choice, then so be it. It is simply a risk, but if it is one worth taking, so as very well.
Yeah.
But there is, as I mentioned, a pool of acid that there is a continued cave that we did not have a chance to explore yet. It is will not be too easy for us to get across, but there is potentially much more stuff further down. So perhaps we shall explore there at another time.
Tomorrow, then.
Perhaps on the morrow.
Okay. Well, get a good night's rest. We'll have food ready in a bit, and then on the morrow, we'll do some more exploring. I'll go down with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Lucio's not too interested in it. Just before Pharaoh leaves, I'm assuming the Malandrak and the Dwargar has left.
Yeah, they got stuff doing camp.
Yeah, cool. She'll bring out the ingot that she knows is valuable, but doesn't know what it is. We did also find a chest with a unlucky soul crushed beneath beneath what looks like a cave in one of the areas, carrying this chest containing these, and she'll pull out the seal and ingot.
Sure. Let me see.
I know that the material is valuable, but I am not too well versed in mineralogy, geology.
Pharaoh's gonna put his hands out, and to see the ingot. He says, "I'm not the mineral. Is there a reason you wanted to keep this secret from?"
No, I mean, I just thought they would left. It wasn't like I was keeping a secret.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. It seemed like you waited till they left.
Oh no, sorry. I was just a case of I thought they'd left as soon as their bit was done. Yeah, she wasn't trying to keep it a secret.
Okay.
That was my mistake. I'm sorry.
Okay. And he's going to call over Drow one more time, and Drow's went from walking away to stuff stops. Let's a big exhale, turns back around, and walks back over to you guys. Okay, let me see it. You guys found an ingot?
Yes, it was seemed to be carried by an unfortunate person.
Okay, well, that's strange.
I highly doubt the ingot came from the cave itself.
Yeah, and he puts out his hand to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh hands it to him. And Drell, the Durgar, looks and says, "Holy shit. Do you guys know what you found? Because this is something."
I know a little bit about it, not the actual makeup or anything of that nature, what it is, but I know many nobles keep it and have it treated with great care and value. But that is the extent of my knowledge.
Does this have any sort of Dwarven, Durgar symbols on it or anything like that?
Reach out. Oh, she'll hand out the over the seal. But
yeah, he's gonna take a look. You hand it to him?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was in a chest. It had a scroll, the vellum thing, right? It had that, but it was lost to time. These are all the only things that remained.
Okay. He's gonna the Durgar looks at the seal, says, "No, don't know what that is, but this is several pounds, at least he weighs it, about 5 pounds adamantine."
Oh, okay.
That's more than a little
fine.
valuable.
That is
substantially valuable. It is very strange that you found it in ingot form. I don't know if any. I mean, adamantine tends to be, Dwarven and Durgar, my people. Mine refined. It's not easy to do. And I don't know of any holds around here, or clans. So that's a bit strange.
The person was most definitely not dwarven.
Oh,
correct?
that's extra strange.
It was
to it.
Definitely humanoid.
It was humanoid. Yeah, it was not dwarf.
Yeah, definitely.
This is a refined bar of adamantine, right? It's not like a raw
This is
deposit.
a refined bar of adamantine. It is not a big bar. It's not like a gold bar where it's like you could brain some with it.
Like a bullion.
Yeah, you can make a dagger out of it essentially.
Oh baby.
Wait, you told me to use daggers.
But he could have one though.
A trophy.
Let me see here real quick. Let me check something.
Take some adamantium.
Or
shoes.
we could make it. We could get more. Hopefully, get more and turn it into armor, and then he can't crit us.
Yeah,
I'd
highly recommend you do that. I agree with him.
I can't wear it.
You can't because it's metal. Get fucked. But I will eventually get into different plate armor. So
hopefully, from what I can tell, about 2 pounds, which is pretty standard for adamantine. 2 pounds at about going rate 500 gold a pound. Yeah, about 1,000 gold here.
Damn.
Horik starts thinking of how he can steal that.
Yeah, I don't know what we should do with this.
Well, there was.
He's gonna hand it back to Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Pharaoh's gonna say, "Well, that's a bit odd. Contract is mineral rights belong to company, but treasures found are whoever finds it.
Well,
I guess it's technically, I mean, legally speaking, if we're gonna follow the rules of the contract, it's yours."
well,
As he
I
handed back to Lucira.
greatly appreciate it. There was another cave, but it was so collapsed around the same location
Right.
that we found this. But it was so collapsed we could not get through. I could not even see through. I mean, like, I'm assuming Lucira will have a rough idea on like how big these boulders were. Like, big.
And you're not gonna be able to move them. Jesus.
We're not.
They're horse cart size. They're thousands of pounds.
Yeah, we are not. But if there's a
Oh.
mining team, then
Oh yeah, the miners can get through it. You're just gonna
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they
It's
might be
gonna
able to
take a
clear.
while.
They might be able to clear it away partially or fully, whatever they want to do.
It's gonna
but-
take them like 2 weeks or more. You know?
Cool. How long are we staying in each location again? We had a timetable.
Until the site has been scouted.
Oh, okay. So it's not like hard and fast. We're leaving in 4 months or 4 weeks, whatever. It's just when.
No, the general plan's like a week at each
Oh.
location or so.
Oh, okay. Right. So, well, whatever. I'll just mention. Yeah. We would not be able to move the boulders to get access, but it's the miners may be able to. It will take some significant time. But if there is more of this adamantine, then perhaps that will be worth it. But again, that is a matter of business I shall leave to you.
Well, keep going down there. Maybe we'll find some more where this thing came from. And that's all the information we have right now. So that's all we have to work off of. Let's be optimistic about it, though. Interesting. Then Pharaoh's gonna like walk off thoughtfully.
Cool.
And the Durgar is still there. So is it? I mean, is part of it safe enough that we can go in? Because I mean, if there's adamantine down there, we'd like to get to it.
I'm assuming he was there for the centipede talk, or was he not?
He was not. He was only
Okay.
here for the mineral part.
Okay, got it.
If you want to give him like
Yeah,
okay.
just give a rundown. Like, we found these centipede creatures. We're not sure if they're hostile, but Horik put his foot in them, and that got a reaction. But
Mm,
Well,
Beyond.
no, they didn't follow us after I'd walked on them, so Horik's convinced that they're not hostile. He'll be telling them, like, hey, if you disturb them, it can be a problem, but I didn't see anything else apart from that. They
That's
didn't
fine.
follow us.
yeah,
Hallie
that's
just
absolutely
there
correct.
bleeding behind them.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Took half his health in one hit.
Hey, and they really didn't pack a punch. I mean, those things felt like, oh,
But, yeah, she's going to tell him and say like,
Mhm.
we didn't, we put that foot in and that got a reaction, but whether they're actually
Yeah.
hostile, we're not sure. But at the same time, if they were going to clear the path that the adamantium was, it involves going through that swarm and the very small hole, which they're not going to get equipment through. They may not be going that route anyway.
they can
But
just
yeah.
mine the hole.
If they want, that will take time as well.
Yeah.
The point, yeah, Lucira will just give a rough relay of, this is the threat we faced. We don't know if they're hostile, but we've given you this information. What you do with it is now your choice.
Yeah. We'll probably head down and go over the pass that you've already gone through, and just be extra careful about it.
Yeah.
Just to see what we can do.
Actually, if there's multiple caves, we'd probably have to point out which one it was, wouldn't we?
It's the one at the bottom of the rope.
Oh yeah, if we've just left the rope there, then that makes it easy.
Yeah, I imagine you left the rope there.
Yeah, cool. But yeah, I think that's more or less all the information we have. I'm just gonna put adamantium ingot in my treasure. If it's disappeared, then me and the rogue are gonna have words.
You don't know it was me.
Let me check some guys. Oh, sorry. I'm just looking up some of the stuff. If you guys want to like say what you're doing or anything like that, feel free to.
What time of day is it again?
It's like 5 p.m. The sun's starting to go down.
Starting. God, it's definitely not winter there.
No, this is a normal place, not where the fuck you guys live.
Well, Britain, where it's dark at 4 o'clock now.
Ooh. The sun just doesn't like you guys.
Yeah, I don't blame it.
Yeah, so let's all stop for some frosty chocolate milkshakes.
Sounds good to me.
Someone say frothy chalky milk.
No, I mean, no one did.
Did someone say frosty chalky milk?
Boo.
No.
Okay. So, anything particular you're doing this night, or are you just chilling and going to bed? Or I mean, staring at
the one person that goes to bed.
How about we all just sit around
fuck
Horik
off,
and
Horik. You weren't even here for the conversation.
How about we all just sit around Horik and just stare at him as he sleeps? How's that for a night watch?
I would vaguely like to speak to Madeline at some point tonight, but it's not like urgent or anything.
Yeah, I'll be around.
Yeah. But that it'll probably be during the night, so whenever,
Yeah, sure.
if anything else wants to, if anyone wants to do anything.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's night. The sun has gone down. Stars are out. You're on top of like the base of the mountain, so you can see down below you. The moonlight is sort of out, so you can still see like in the far distance movement of large herbivores, stuff like that. It's nice and peaceful, if cold.
Oh, then, Madeline, I'm curious if you would indulge me. Did your kind, or the Shadokai, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Shadokai do not. They are not of common sight, I shall say. And if you don't mind, I'm curious why you have journeyed with us. It is. I mean, they usually stay in the Plane of Shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are not. They usually stay within that plane we found ourselves in. If you do not mind, I'm curious.
My family left the Plane of Shadows a long while ago to join a kingdom. I'm not necessarily a native of the Plane of Shadows. I am a first generation. I can't remember the name of the continent or plane or whatever. Material plane. Is it? Yeah.
Material plane is this world.
We've established ourselves here. Our family is noble and well known within the kingdom. And, well, I set out to please, my sovereign is not the sentence I want to say. Inform my sovereign if there is anything in these lands that our kingdom does not sit too far from this realm, so it would be an area of wealth if there is anything to be discovered.
I had not heard that a group of Shadar-kai had joined the kingdom. It is a bit news to me. That's very well.
It's not particularly well known outside of our lands, but
Very well. Is it meant to be? Is it some great secret, or just not advertised? Is probably not. Is probably a weird way of saying it, actually.
Yeah.
Is it just not spoken about?
most of my family would operate through servants, hirelings, but I like to do things with the personal touch. I like to get involved. I don't believe I'm more important or more valuable than anyone else who's doing this job. So I'd rather do it myself so I know for sure what's here and what isn't.
There is something to being above other people. There is in power. It is it is a right, is it not? If you are
Of
able
course.
if you were to take something, then it is only right that it is taken.
Of
But
course, my station is earned. I gained this station through the works my family have done. But does not mean I need to step on the lesser folk for it.
Very well. The people in would be. They approach things a little bit differently, really. I am from Ryan. You're gonna have to tell me the pronunciation. Ryasensk? Right, Ryasensk?
1 second. Where's my goddamn map? Let me ask Cypher. He came up with the name.
Oh God.
Ryasensk.
Right, Ryasensk.
I think the Y is an I. Ryasensk. Ryasensk.
Yes.
Cool. I'll just pick Ryasensk. And if
You know what? You
we get
decide. It's your land. You get to choose it whatever you want to call it.
Ryasensk, it is. So it works well with the
Ryasensk,
accent. I am from Ryasensk, and my family there, they were all cowards, really. They do not take pride in what they are. Could be so much more, but instead they grovel and hide and do not wish to claim their right. But it is good to see people out on a journey. I am ill welcomed in my own land because of my attitude. So instead, here I am, seeking what I am, seeking what I can be, and all the power that comes with it.
As is your right.
That is my right. It is. One should not deny aspects of themselves. It simply makes you weaker and lesser as a whole. But
Correct.
still, it is interesting. I was not expecting to see someone so close to our kind on this journey. I'm glad that, although I must admit, they certainly do make an interesting. I was not expecting to journey with one of the fucking what Callie is, but one of the ism.
What would be the polite term?
I didn't say polite.
Call them undead if you want.
Desiccated.
Yeah, because the thing undead just makes you think of zombies, and they're clearly not intelligent. So there is
You can call them gifted.
Gifted.
Yeah, they're gifted immortality and sentience.
You know what? Sure.
Revenant.
Revenant will do. I do not to a party with a revenant. They are certainly few and far between. Tell me, what do you make of them?
Certainly not a nature attuned revenant. That is rarer again. Druid.
Oh yeah.
The halfling is a egotistical one. I think he might be making up for something.
Who knows? But he certainly seems to have his uses, and if he wishes to go on ahead, then and take the first blows, then that is up to him. But
I think he certainly is a more capable scout than myself, but I have no issues with taking the blows myself.
Yes, I quite agree. It is sneaking is not exactly my forte. And she just sort of gestures to the loud armor. But yeah, there's reasons. But I agree. It is. I heard that the revenants were all totally focused on vengeance and bloodlust, but it seems Callie has become fairly tame by comparison. Almost disappointed to hear the tales went through. But anyway, but still, it is comforting to know there is one of our folk within. So if you require aid, then I shall be there. But do try not to waste my time if so. I will help you, but I would only rather it be if for not things that were wasteful.
Madeline smiles and she kind of like inclines her head and says, "And the same is true for you."
Very well. Now, I'm curious. Are you magically inclined at all? I mean, well, I guess you are, but like, you know, studious, I guess.
Not like say it in character, I guess. My magic comes from a higher power, but I do delve into my books more for knowledge and information more than magics.
Mm.
I've split my focus between the martial and the magical.
Lucero will give you a smile and just sort of put a hand on the rapier. Go like, yes, fair. I understand. Yes, that crystal that we found in those ruins before. Right? It is quite interesting, really. It is a power source for the protection against the undead spell. But how they were able to slowly siphon it off is still a mystery to me. I have no doubt I could use it. Hang on. Right. I would like to put into my bag and try and take out the that power source crystal.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. It wasn't in my treasury, so I thought I might have gone mysteriously missing.
The power source?
The crystal we got from the ruins.
Yeah. I don't know where you put it. Does
Huh.
anyone else have it in their inventory?
I thought I had it in my treasure.
I think Toxie had it.
I know I had it. Oh, weird. I'll just put it in there then. But yeah, weird.
Yeah, you definitely had it last, and you're the magical person.
Yeah,
who has it,
Yeah,
right?
Chris Tony had it.
Yeah, that was weird. I thought I had it in my treasure. That's why I'll just put it in there now. I'm just gonna say.
You have this
Power.
book? Yeah.
I'm just gonna call it power crystal
Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, sounds good.
because it's like I can use it and it just recharges all my spell slots. Correct. That's what the effect was.
That's one of the things that would use up the power though.
Yeah.
That's sort of an uncontrolled usage of it. Yeah, you'd gain all your spell slots. Anyway,
Yeah. Cool.
anyone with magical abilities would gain all their spell slots back.
But I could use it and it would replenish my own magical powers. But it would drain the crystal. I am hoping it would be most intriguing if I could figure out how they were able to slowly siphon it off. But
Is he like holding it out to me at this stage, or is it?
Yes. Yeah, she'll hold out.
Madeline will kind of not take it necessarily, but kind of examine it and like probe at it magically and see if she can discover anything about it.
Sure. Yeah, it's it looks deceptively simple. It is a small rough blue crystal. You don't know the origin of it. It has either like brass or it has like probably copper looking wire wrapped around it in intricate design. But other than that, there's nothing. I mean, it glows. Yeah.
Would I be able to figure out a way to reduce the entire power drain, like to do it, to like whatever use it has, to kind of do it in smaller amounts rather than all at once?
That is a complex thing that would take time to study, and like a library to reference would speed it up. But just like messing around with it at the campfire, probably not gonna get you much there though.
Okay.
If you have some sort of magical means of interacting with it, we can give it a shot.
Yeah.
I don't know what you have at your disposal, so.
I have one thing that is of no use in this situation. I pull out the acid crystal and yeah, I'd probably relay that and say that potentially I could figure out some way to reduce the power draw, trickle charge basically. But it would require a lot more than what we have on hand here. It would be a complex task.
Yes, I thought it might be, but it was worth an attempt for your aid at the very least. But it is of no real consequence. It is something to fill my time at the very least.
Well, if we come across somewhat more of civilization, and maybe we can make another attempt at it.
Perhaps it might be difficult in this uncivilized land, but it was worth an attempt at the very least. Still, that's pretty much all Lucero wanted to talk about, but
yeah, I got that feeling.
Yes, Lucero will sort of continue to. I know you said I'm not going to get it from studying it the campfire, but it's something to fill Lucero's time, so she'll try.
So, rudimentary, just examining it isn't going to give you anything without a workshop.
Yeah.
If you want to experiment with it actively, like cast spells at it or some shit like that, you can do that at the campfire. But that's going to be just like throwing it against the wall and see if it sticks, sort of thing.
Yeah. She'll just keep inspecting it and sort of. Yeah. But I don't expect anything to come from it, but so I don't want to make rolls or anything. But it's just something to do and something to keep that in character would make sense to keep prodding it.
Your eyes on potential solutions or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Just interacting with it and seeing, like, if she can reduce the draw or interact with it in a certain way, or
just staring deep into it every night. Start calling it your precious. Keep it away from everyone else.
Yeah, mine.
Yeah, of course.
It's a Palantir.
Oh yeah. You start hearing voices calling back from it.
Cal, you do anything tonight? Resting?
Healing? Resting.
Putting your limbs back on? Okay.
Stitching.
Okay.
I'm not that decayed.
And you can kind of hear Hork snoring slightly over the Durgar's snoring. And the night passes. Let's take a break there. Let's take a. You guys want to do 15? We'll come back at the hour.
Sounds good.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Transfer to the next morning. You're all rappelling down the cavern, back into the cave.
I'm not going to cast. I'm not going to cast Dark Vision. I'm going to use torches.
Okay, that was good.
Oh, selfish.
Does
Just have
Hork
dark
have,
vision.
does Hork have a torch?
Yes, there are torches in my pack.
Okay. I'll remind you, you do have that mushroom there if you get dark vision.
I don't, but Carrie does.
It does.
Yep.
I'll
I'll
lead.
the way. Are we going further down this thing? Like, do we want to rappel down to a different level?
I was thinking what we could do is
Lift the boulders.
that. Also, I think it'd be interesting to see if the centipedes are hostile. But that's it. They've also said that they're not too fast. So we could either try and go into a different cave, or we could try and go over the acid pit and down through that path. I am not fussed either way. So whichever people want.
I'll
do either.
I think the path.
You want to see?
You all go around the acid pit.
You want to go past the acid pool and down the into the sun? All right.
Past the acid pool round the corner. That's the way to danger.
Let's see here. Second. Let's put that there. Okay, good. Okay then. You guys get down below. You guys get to the ceiling bug room, and there are slightly fewer of these centipedes there. There's only like 5 of them. They're just chilling at the top. You get past them with no issue. You go down the misty hallway, acid misty hallway with the electrical shocks coming at you.
Yep.
Not very comfortable. You get down to the acid pond and with the crystals up there. How would you like to proceed?
I would like to go around the corner the same way I did last time.
Yeah, you're fine.
I would like to follow him.
Okay, Callie, can you give me an acrobatics check? Okay. So is there anything you'd like to do to stop falling in the acid?
Anything I'd like to do to stop falling in the acid? I would. Is it mean to say I would reach out for Horik?
I think, I mean, it's up to Horik. Horik, would you be there? For the sake of fun, let's say share.
Sean has no option in this. He is getting dragged.
Sean either. Okay, Callie, can you?
I don't realize something that something I probably could have done before this, but I didn't. So
It's happening in front of you right now. So if you want to do some cast something,
cool.
go ahead.
Yes.
But yeah, Callie has slipped on one of the going around the corner, going around the pond, has slipped on one of the rocks, and the disaster is happening in front of you.
Cool. I would like to cast Mage Hand and then use that Mage Hand to just sort of push him back towards the wall so that he's not like going into the pool. Hopefully.
Okay, sure. In addition to that, Callie, can you give me a Dex saving throw to see if you can grab onto Horik?
This motherfucker.
Don't you start.
Okay, sounds good. Callie, can you roll me acrobatics? Or let's see, acrobatics thing go. It'd be a Dex save. I don't want to do.
Wait, Callie just rolled out this Dex save.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm just like, I would do this. Yeah, okay. I would have done like with advantage, but 13's enough. Let's see here. Okay. So Cal, you right yourself, grab onto Horik, and you see the astral hand sort of push you back on, and you go back onto the cliff. And we'll have you go finish the. Sorry. You able to continue along with Horik's help and the mystical magical hand? You able to continue across the pond?
I am very grateful for the help of the mystical magic hand.
Madeline or Lucira, what would you like to do?
That's something I could do. That would
Just walk on the wall.
The wall's covered in moss, mind you.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
idle walk. Cheap
either-
magic.
yeah. You mean, yeah, but it's also really funny them people not knowing, so they may not believe you. Yeah, that is probably the better way because if I essentially climb on the wall, I won't have to take the acrobatics check, correct?
Oh, that's correct. It requires no check whatsoever.
Then yes, I would probably do that. She'll just shimmy along and she'll grab onto it while shimmying along onto the wall and magically attach herself to it. So that she don't make the check, but I'll probably take the acid damage from the moss.
Yep. 1d4. Oops. Three damage.
Cool. No problem with that. And also, I would like to use the mage hand to assist Madeline as well.
Okay, sure thing. Just watching from the ceiling as people
Yes.
walk past. Okay, sure thing.
Essentially.
Madeline, can you give me an acrobatics saving throw with I'm gonna say advantage because the
How
hand
big
is
is the pool?
it is no, it's like 20 feet.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to use an ability then. I burst into a cloud of birds and then just teleport to the other side.
Yeah, sounds good.
I have a feeling we're going to need all our health, so
It's entirely possible.
yeah.
Almost certainly guaranteed.
Okay. So you're all on the opposite side of the pond. You can see that there's this part of the wall that's been broken out, and you can see a winding section of tunnel beyond it. You can hear quite loud wind blowing, but you cannot see or feel any wind. It's 10 foot wide, so you're able to continue down. And as you go down this tunnel, you can see that there is, torches. At the end of this tunnel that goes downwards, you see it levels off. There's another tunnel going from left to right in your view, and you can't see much past that. And when you actually step out of your current tunnel onto the one that's going left to right, this is flat, like someone's carved this out road and you can still hear that wind. It's actually quite loud now, and you can sort of feel a bit coming from your left. And you walk around a corner and you can see a very large crag. You can see a bridge, a stone bridge built across this crag. 15-foot wide bridge, about the same width as the tunnel you're in right now, the smoothed out tunnel. And the crag is 80 foot wide, or 80 foot wide, essentially. When you look up, you can see that there is the cavern, the crag cavern narrows out. So there is an entrance to the top, but it's very small, 5 foot wide crack. And you look down, and you can see beams of sunlight pouring down, so you can actually see the bottom. It goes down another 100 feet, and you can see water rushing along below you. Looking left and right, it goes on for so far you can even tell it curves around. But this is a very, very large open area underground. But yeah, there's a bridge here.
Can you tell what kind of structural design it is?
Does anyone have any either history would work, or if you have stoneworking?
I have history.
Yeah, give me history.
I also have history.
Nope.
No, I don't.
Nope. Oh, there we go.
If you're slightly well traveled, there are some bridges that are very, very old within the land in general, or Gaucher, that have a similar sort of setup. People aren't really sure who built them. It was either elves or something else. It differs a lot in normal elven design, though, so there's people are uncertain about it. Not dwarven though. Very old. Yeah. Other than that, you can't really tell much more about it.
All right. So it's just a very old bridge, as far as we know.
Yep. Let's see. You can see that on the other side of the bridge, there is some. It's the same like 15-foot wide cavern. It looks like it's flat, but there's like the occasional stone or boulder or like partial cave in, so you have to weave through it a bit. But you, that's all you can see. You can't see past all that rubble.
All right. Okay then. How long was this bridge? Sorry.
60 foot.
60 foot. Okay. Oh no, God! I'm running into that curse of man. I should have prepared this spell instead.
Sean, you the cartographer?
I am not. I have
Just drawing the map.
details disguised against unfortunate. Oh, I've drawn the map. Yeah, I was drawing the map. Sorry.
Yeah, the bridge goes this way.
Okay. Hold on.
Just
Let me
looks
get
like
my
it's
colours
the-
back. So we followed down the thingway. We came to an opening. It's like a crag, and then there's a bridge that goes like this. Can we see the end of the bridge?
Yes, the end of the bridge as the same 15-foot wide cave or tunnel. The floor looks smooth out like a road, like the rest of it, but it has like debris and occasional like partial cave-ins and stuff like that. So it obscures your vision.
Okay.
Then, right. So the bridge is going. Wait, hang on. The bridge is going like along the crag.
No, it goes across the crack. You just
Okay. Well, yeah, but
Oh, you say the bridge is going this way?
Yeah.
And the tunnel was coming this way, so it'd be like a T-junction.
Sure.
Wait, what do you mean? Sure, it would have to be.
One moment. Ba-ba-ba.
If this tunnel opens up onto a crag, right, we're standing facing it, and the bridge goes horizontally across us.
There's the tunnel. One moment. Here, oh, let's see. You did red, dark red for the crag. My bad. That's purple. Fuck. There's the crag. There's the bridge going over the crag.
Okay, so the tunnel bends.
right, okay. Means that any wind is going to be crossways across us. Okay.
There's a good amount of wind. Like it is hard to understand each other.
Okay. But it's not like how strong is it? In case of it's going to
You're
blow
not going to
us
get blown off. You're not
Okay.
going to get blown off.
That's the
But
concern.
all your loose clothing is going to blow perpendicular to the ground strongly.
Okay, that's fine. As long as it's not going to
Just
throw us off the
just
bridge.
don't jump.
But I can fly. Yeah, that's fine. Then I think we'll just sort of push on ahead, right? I mean,
That's good. Okay, yeah, you guys walk over the bridge.
Yeah.
It is uneventful. Like I said, you can't even hear yourself think it's so fucking loud. You get to the opposite end of the bridge. At that point, you hear movement up ahead. You're still on the bridge, but you're like 10 foot away from the other side. And you hear movement. You hear something heavy being dragged. And around the corner, one second. Give me. I'll show this. One second. I thought I had this set and ready, but I guess I didn't.
Gotta get with it, Ryan.
I know. I'm a bad DM. I'm a bad.
No, never say it again.
Have you been a bad DM? Do you need some punishment?
As long as you don't call me daddy, it's all fine.
Punish me, DME.
Well, everyone knows what DM is short for, right?
Daddy Master.
Dummy mummy.
Christ.
Tommy Mommy?
Okay. Across the bridge, you find this thing.
Oh.
You see a hulking 15-foot tall ogre? Troll? Troll. Probably a troll.
God, he skips lengthy.
It is undead. Blatantly undead. It is mostly skeleton with old fat and meat just hanging off, necrotically preserved. Dry, but you can still see most of the bone. You can see that around its neck is a heavy steel or iron chain clasp, and the other side of that, or then it leads to a chain, and that chain leads to and is wrapped around a stone column that maybe at some point was solid, but now it's just being dragged along by this thing.
Yes, it was chained up.
Oh. It was chained up, so guard dog? Slave miner thing?
It emerges. It is 10 feet beyond. It comes around this just large rock, and it's about 10 foot beyond.
10 feet
So
beyond.
it's 20 feet away from you guys. I'm gonna position y'all for sanity's sake. There you are. And we're gonna roll the initiative.
Initiative. It's electronic. Initiative. Yeah. Oh, wait. I'm a halfling.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Oh. God, I'm never going another racing game.
What am I doing? Oh, that's right. Come on, roll 20, you son of a bitch. There it is. Let me just put his icon up here.
Wow, he looks a lot more healthy in the picture. Why
Yeah,
not?
don't pay no attention to the troll.
That's it when it was alive and cool and sort of a happy. No, he's dead and sad.
Yeah, it's not having a great time.
Well,
Oakley dokley, it has 19 initiative.
oh no. Sorry, also, we're like in the cave, right? We're not fighting on the bridge?
You're on the bridge.
Oh, we are on the bridge, alright.
You're 10 foot into the bridge. I can draw it.
Alright, that's fine. It was okay.
Yeah.
Just going to make things interesting.
You're
God,
20 foot away.
I hope it doesn't have push attacks. That's going to make things real interesting.
Oh, it definitely has throw attacks. There you go. Okay, work. What would you like to do? This thing is 20 feet away.
20 feet, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to get back 40 feet.
If everyone keep their number, because it's a single entity, it's like a line. So, okay.
So I want to be 40 feet away from it now. No, sorry, I want to be 60 feet away from it, so I'll go back 40 feet. I will.
Tell you what.
I'll bonus action steady aim dagger.
Let me fix this real quick.
Can't you not move and steady aim in the same turn?
Oh.
I might be thinking of the old one, but I remember like when
Yes, no, that's true. You can use this bonus action only if you haven't moved during this turn. And after you use the bonus action, your speed is 0 until the end of the current turn.
Play the game like actual players.
Mm. Yeah,
It's
that's
not
fine.
that much, by the way.
What do I want to do? I don't want to be 20 feet away from it. That's not good.
Hmm.
I won't use bonus action steady aim. I'll just attack it regular without sneak. The first dagger. Oof, that's an 8. I'm assuming that misses.
8 miss. Absolutely.
Offhand dagger. A 14.
A 14 misses.
Okay, both daggers miss. And I will see where I am. Is there. Oh, so I'm still in the middle of the bridge.
You are.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gone.
He's dead.
Yeah, yeah, hold on. There.
Cave in, kills it.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's me. Current action's only bonus action dodge, hide, or disengage, isn't it?
Dodge, disengage, hide, dash.
Yeah, no. Dodge, disengage, hide. Yeah, no, I'm fine.
One moment here, guys.
Holy shit, apparently it's snowing in central London. This never happens. Holy fuck.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. God damn.
It's a rarity.
This literally never happens.
Oakley dokley. Hork,
Yes,
that
no.
is your turn.
That is my
Okay.
turn.
Deep Troll, Undead Troll, is going to move 10 foot for movement, dragging that column behind him. He's slowed down substantially, but he comes at you with stupid undead, no offense, Callie, intelligence, and he's going to do his second. He's going to action move, another 10 feet, and it's going to be his turn.
Okay.
Kelly, what would like to do?
This is yeah.
The side of the bridges, by the way, there's like a 1 foot tall raise on it.
I am going to take a risk and cast blindness deafness on it and try to blind it. Don't know why it says save 14. It's meant to be 15.
Okay. What do I need to save for?
Con.
Con save. Dude, no way.
It's
No
blinded.
way. It has 20 con. It has 20 con, you guys.
It's now
That's
blinded for 1 minute.
cheat.
It is not a
You shouldn't want to
concentration.
I'm
I'm sure 1 minute blinded, not a concentration spell.
Fantastic spell.
And
To be fair, for what I'm going to do when his turn, it's a very narrow bridge and you're right in front of him.
well, yeah, that's what I'm
Does
going
blindness
to
give you
now.
disadvantage on attacks?
Yep.
Oh, now you can, no attack of opportunity, right?
Does it-
It's let me have a
No.
look to see what it says about attack of opportunity.
I think it's when a
I think you
creature.
can.
I think it's when a creature you can see
Oh.
leaves.
I think that's, yeah. I think that's.
Upper.
Anyways. Lucira, it is your turn.
Holy shit! I got. Oh, you're the high. Okay.
A hostile creature you can see, yeah. So
Yeah.
That's freaking insane. I am going to walk away because that seems to be the smart play here.
Guys.
what we blinded it. What else are we going to do?
Yeah, exactly. And
Do
I don't.
we get advantage on attacks against things that are blinded?
Yes.
Yes.
Yay!
Uh,
Do whatever you want.
and then I'm going to cast Firebolt at it.
Sounds good.
go. Wow, alright. A whopping 5 damage. I'm assuming the 20 hits at least.
Yeah, 20 definitely hits. Let me just look this up real quick.
Wait, we have to check if a 20 hits. I think we might be a bit overmatched here.
I think he's checking if he's resistant to it.
No, I forgot to do one of his things.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry. This is a higher level enemy, but I forgot to take away its 35 BC. God, what a silly Billy I am.
No, it's supposed to be that. I totally forgot about that shit.
And each of the trees, each creature within 5 feet takes 2d10 and that's it. That's last. Alright, so yeah, I guess we would take 2d10 damage.
Yeah. So I was looking at. I made a combination of 2 different rolls here, so I forgot.
2d10 damage?
That's I'm not quite sure if we could go on.
That's a lot of damage!
I'm gonna roll. Let's see.
That's enough to auto kill Kelly?
No, just short.
You may roll. You may roll once for everyone.
No, if it crits, it'll auto
Yeah,
you.
once
Well,
for
it's
everyone, I
failed,
think.
Yeah, just once for everyone. It can be 20 damage.
No, that's
Seven
fine.
That's true, with only 4.
Alright. That.
That's perfectly grand.
The 5 feet is just going to be adjacent. I don't want actual 5 feet. Okay. Anyways, Lucera, would you like to change your movement at all?
No.
You have another
no,
5 feet if you want.
That's still fine.
Okay, sounds good. Madeline, what would you like to do?
Step back 5 foot. And then I am going to use Constitution, but I'm going to cast Searing Smite. Make an attack.
Advantage.
Oh yeah. Which I think misses.
That advantage, right?
Yeah.
Let me see here. It misses.
Yeah.
Would you like to move?
I'm going to keep my distance where I am.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, it is going to be the troll's turn.
Wait, Park. Park's for some reason in a different.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm below.
That's weird. Sorry. Yeah, Horik, go ahead.
I would like to take 2 attacks, please. With advantage. 24?
24 hits?
That's 18 psychic damage.
I think he's immune to. Yeah, he's good. Okay, yeah, you hit him.
20. We did the 20 hit?
20 absolutely hits. Yeah.
Okay. And that's 15 psychic damage.
You get 2 sneak
you had
attacks?
Oh, no, sorry. No, I don't. I get 5. So 5 for the second one. Sorry, I'm just keeping the universal mode on, but we can obviously ignore the sneak attack damage.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so it's 23 damage total.
Yep, 23 damage total. And I would like to attempt to hide behind one of my compatriots.
Hide behind me.
That is only fair.
Because I am small and these are big.
I'm now
He's
wondering why Madeline didn't move a bit further away.
That's a 28 for stealth.
Oh my god.
He sees you even less.
Horik rolls under the cape of Lucera and somehow disappears. Just gone. Like the way that his cloak is black and so many different shades creates a kind of like camel, so that he's like flat on the not flat on the ground, but he's crouched down and he looks like part of the bridge wall. Like it's almost impossible to see him.
Do you just get 2 attacks already?
Yeah.
Or is one
My bonus action.
Offhand.
Oh no, sorry, I can't stealth because I use my bonus action for the offhand.
Oh, there we go. I was going to say,
Yeah.
if Rogue's just naturally got
No.
2 attacks, that's insane.
No.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
No,
offhand.
the part of the side blades is an offhand attack.
Okay.
At least you used up Ryan's 20.
The troll is going to grab the chain around his neck and pull at it and swing the column forward at nothing.
Mhm.
Do 1d3. I'm gonna do 1d3. 1 is the top, and 2 and 3 is the bottom. 2. Okay. And that will be his action. And movement here got burned. Okay, cool. Callie, what would you like to do?
I think right now I would like to cast Ice Knife at level 2, please.
Okay, sure thing.
Oh, that was a
Ooh,
crit.
Wow, all right.
It's an extra.
Cool.
It didn't do the level 2, so an extra 1d6 for each slot. So I guess a 2d6 just to add to the total.
2d6 what? It'll be 2d6 piercing for the
Okay,
crit.
no, sorry, not d6. Oh no, it's
But the cold damage
an extra 1d6
should be-
cold damage. Yeah, so it's
yeah,
an
but-
extra.
but the cold damage doesn't get the crit benefit.
Does it?
So I
not?
think the cold. Well, no, because it's part of the spell save.
Well, it's
Oh, yeah.
automatically included there, isn't it? So
Yeah, so I think the cold damage is
Um,
fine because of the upcasting.
Let me just
'Cause
look
the
at this. Ice
Because the upcasting
Knife.
makes it.
I'm gonna do a dex save.
I didn't see it. What is it?
It fails.
Because the upcast is
Uh,
2d6, right?
The damage will remain 2d6. Yeah, okay, so it's sorry, let me go back. Because I cast it at level 2, I get an extra d6. So we just keep the cold the same. I think. Yeah, you keep the cold the same. And
Yeah, so it's if its upcast is 2d6 damage on the attack, right, for the piercing, which would become 4d6 with the crit.
it's
So you're missing 2d6 damage. Piercing.
I'm missing 1d6 because it's 2d6 base, and then at level 2 you get an extra 1d6, and the cold isn't affected by the crit. So
Wait, hang on. Fucking let me look up Ice Knife.
I'll just click the show
That's
spell
part of it,
description.
Yeah, that'll work. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 damage. That's fine, and you upcat cold damage. Oh wait, no, the cold. No, the piercing doesn't increase with the upcast.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's just the cold damage.
Okay, so the cold damage is fine because.
But I
So
upcast
it's a-
at level 2, so I need 3d6 total for cold.
Oh, well, yes, yeah. So you're missing.
So I need to roll 1d6 for cold.
Yes, you're missing 1d6 cold.
And everything else is fine.
Everything else is fine.
4. So that is 9. That's 14 plus 9, 23 plus 4, 27 damage total.
27 damage is hefty. Okay, sounds good. So this ice knife hits him, and it explodes like a fucking grenade, and his arm falls off.
Hells yeah.
You-
Do you need a hand?
I ice knife Harak.
Yeah, just throw him off the bridge.
Oakley dokley.
Joke's on you, I can fly.
Lucira,
I will take that bet.
what would you like to do?
I would like to cast I would like to cast at second level a Scorching Ray.
A scorching rain.
Scorching Ray, indeed. If that is okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Uh,
Oh, that's fucking.
Right. Attack number 1. The 20.
Hits.
Wow, that's really mediocre damage. 21.
Hits.
And a crit, nice.
Yes, when you roll damage for a spell. Oh,
Okay.
right, it's when you roll damage. Okay.
And hits.
Yeah.
1 second. Okay.
I don't think I can do Sanguine Burst like I want to there, because the damages would be rolled separately. So yeah, 15, 14, that's just 29 damage. 29 fire damage.
29. Jesus Christ.
That's all. Only 29.
Is that just burning damage?
Yeah, that's all fire damage, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Let me see this motherfucker.
That's 29 roasty toasty damage, please.
I love trolls. Okay, Madeline, you're up next.
Yeah.
You've clearly never been on Twitter.com.
I cast Mind Sliver.
Some good
Oh,
damage.
that only gives -2 saves, right?
Yeah.
Minus D4, I think, right?
Oh,
Yeah. To whatever its next save is.
do I need to roll a... Okay, I need intelligence saving throw, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's dumb, so... Okay, 6 damage. Gotcha. Coop. Work. What would you like to do?
Sorry,
I'd like to wash my hands.
Oh,
Wait,
sorry,
did we miss someone?
No, I was just going to ask Daryl, you sure you don't want to move?
I'm within reach here, so.
Okay.
Okay, yes, that's good. Madeline. Madeline's up. Madeline just went.
Oh,
Hork.
yeah, that's mine. There we go.
You're up.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I'm trying to get the rain off my roof.
Are you sweeping with a broom or something? Or
Yeah, it's like raining in my study because it's so cold at the roof, but so warm at the floor.
Oh,
really?
condensation.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
It's a bit of a problem right now. So give me just 2 seconds.
dude has an ecosystem in his computer room. What the hell?
It's fine because it's like contained to the back of the wall. Jesus, that's fucking moist. But there's like full-on waterfall in one corner. Oh, I just wanted in my sleeve.
We'll be done in a bit.
That's going to be good for mold.
Sean, power through it.
I'm going to wash my hands for 2 seconds. Just going to wash my hands.
This room will be replacing the Amazon soon.
Ow. I may or may not have walked into that door.
Did it sneak up on you?
No.
The
it
door
was
got
hiding in
sneak
plain
attack.
sight. Yeah. It's still my crit. That'll do.
We'll be done here in like 15 minutes. So
Yeah. Go.
Is that when he's going to TP?
All right. I would like to take
Bridge
2
cross.
attacks. Wait, is it? It's not. I don't have advantage in these attacks though.
Yeah, you do.
Nope.
He's still
Oh, yeah.
blinded.
Oh, he's still blinded. I thought it was only a turn. Okay, cool. Yep, I'm going to take my 2 attacks.
Oh, he's blinded for a
Let's see.
minute. That's 10 turns.
Does he
Hell
do
yeah,
saves?
brother.
Did he make any
What's that?
saves? I don't believe so. I think it's just straight up.
At
Yeah,
the- at the
Oh, at the end of
Oh,
each turn,
just
they can
take a
make a
throw.
con save, yeah.
so it's got 1. Okay. So it probably should have made 1 before.
I should have. But
Do you want to roll it now?
No. I'm okay going back 1 turn. I'm not okay going back like multiple or one person's turn. But I'm not okay doing like 4 different people's because you might have done something different if you knew he could see. So
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
okay, Hork, what would you like to do?
Take 2 attacks.
Okay.
Side dagger numero 1. 17.
Okay. 17. Let's see. Hits.
Hey, that's what we like to see. That's 11 damage.
11, okay. And second attack?
Offhand side dagger. 21. I'm assuming that hits.
21
Good
actually
last
hits.
thing. 7 psychic damage.
Okay. Yeah, it hits it right in the head. Explodes his brain.
Oh, baby, I love the brain blows.
The corpse collapses and he falls off of the edge, and you can see the column get dragged to the side and lodge itself against that low wall as the body is hanging below by the chain.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. It is dead. The arm's turn. The arm is going to crawl over.
Does the
And
arm
it
have
is going-
blind sight?
Separate creature.
It doesn't have eyes, but
I guess it would have blind sight in that case.
Yeah, it would have like blind sense or
So it would have some means, or else it's like literally the worst creature ever. Like it's got to have some way of sensing.
Tremor
like
sense.
sense or something like
this
that.
is a philosophical question I was not ready for. It's going to go over and it's going to try to grab Madeline.
No, not Madeline. Take literally anyone else.
Madeline is going to do a claw attack. It is going to
Missed.
fucking miss. It looked so it would like jumped at you, try to swipe at you, and it looked like it was going to try to like toss you over the side. Callie would like to do.
Well, it seems like dear old Madeline is under attack by an arm. So I would like to pop a shillelagh, please.
Okay.
And I'll have to go over and give the arm a schmack.
Okay. Give the armor schmack.
Schmack.
Okay.
It is magical damage.
Okay. Let me check something real quick. Okay, sounds good. 7 damage it is. Lucifer would like to do.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Oh, sorry. Was Callie's turn over?
I don't think I've... Oh, I used my bonus action for the shillelagh. So yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, sounds good. Lucifer, what would you like to do?
I'm going to assume that this skeleton hand, seeing as it's medium-sized, it seems, is fairly hefty. Like probably
It is
more than 10 pounds. I'm going to guess.
It is a hefty bitch.
Okay,
Over
so
10 pounds easily.
Yeah, no using mage hand to throw it off the edge. As funny as that would be.
That would be pretty funny.
Also, it's an arm. I'm going to count it as it's not prone, but like as cover. God.
It is the size of a Labrador.
Well, I'm
And we keep
just going to move. I'm just going to move here and
You
take
can't.
take a fucking swing at it with the rapier. If I can find rapier in all my goddamn attacks.
Oh, look at me. I'm a seal. I attack so many ways.
Okay,
15 for 8 piercing.
sounds good. Do some damage to it. Madeline, what would you like to do?
I would like to land an attack.
Okay.
I'm just going to swing my glaive at it. I don't have advantage, sorry.
Yeah, 16 hits. Your glaive, okay. Yeah,
Searing
you bring your
Smite.
glaive go down on this thing, and this old bone just cuts between, and then when it's bisected, just shatters.
Nice.
Turns into slivers of bone.
Perfect.
How much damage do I take from the exploding slivers of bone?
None.
Shrapnel bomb.
That's the best part of that Warhammer 40k TTRPG was the crits. You crit someone like, yeah, their ribs explode into shrapnel, 10 feet with the coolest shit. Okay, anyways. Okay. Arm is kaput.
Kaput.
I was standing above the pillar, not below the pillar when he died.
Yeah.
Yes, that would have been really interesting. just get crushed by the pillar.
Yeah. The goal
Well,
wasn't to throw you off, but you know, if you fall off, you fall off. It's just how things go.
well, considering we still can't really talk or anything, I'm going to push on into the cave.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming the wind is still going and we can't hear each other.
As you start walking away, you can hear movement behind you. A bit of the chain. It's too loud for you wouldn't be able to hear the chain, but you'd hear like the rock itself is moving. It shuffles like an inch to the left, an inch to the right, and an inch to the left. If you look over the side, you can see the decapitated, one-armed corpse of the troll, undead troll, still like animated, and it's trying to like pull itself up by the chain, but only has one arm, so it's not really gaining much purchase.
Okay.
We should break the chain.
Yeah, what do we know about permanently killing trolls?
Give me knowledge nature.
Yeah, sure. No advantage.
And can I roll as well?
Nature or Arcana?
Assist with my book of monsters.
That's an excellent point. Yes, that.
Yeah. Open the book of monsters. Trolls are yeah. Give me any knowledge that you want. Advantage.
Are we all rolling separately or just him? No,
I want the one with the book first.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Probably just
Yeah, there you
19. So while acid and fire fuck them up and stop them regenerating, the actual killing blow itself, or it has to be one of those elements, or you have to like apply it after it's quote unquote dead in order to fully kill it, or else it'll just keep coming back.
So acid.
Yeah, or fire.
Or fire.
I breathe acid.
Oh,
I if he mentions this, then I shall bring the fire. If it's just dangling there, I'm sure we can kill it.
Yeah. So how would you like to do this, Callie?
Well, I have my
By our-
acid breath.
By our powers combined.
I do Kamehameha acid.
Okay, and then Sarah, what are you going to be doing?
I mean, I'm just going to use firebolt.
Okay, sounds good. Both
It's gonna look a lot more pathetic in comparison.
You said that and you rolled a 10.
Yes. Max damage.
There's no dex save. It's dangling. It's not able to do much. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, this thing gets bathed in acid and fire, and you before you did that, you could see it's like one of its ribs move back into place, and then this shit hit it, and it just melted like a candle, like candle wax, where parts fell off of it, and then it started to liquefy and ooze, and
the end of
looking
Raiders
left-
of the Lost Ark.
The rest of its head, its brain exploded, but it still had like a chin that all liquefied, and the massive metal chain is just left dangling there.
Alrighty.
I was not expecting to find a troll here. Certainly no ordinary troll. Oh wait, never mind. Can't speak yet. Let's just move.
You can yell.
I didn't expect a troll here.
I can barely even speak in that accent, let alone yell it.
Okay. Anyway,
let's move into the cabin and then I'll repeat exactly what I just said.
Sean, you there?
yep, I'm here.
Okay, sounds good. I moved the character along. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
The path forward is the same sort of smoothed floor. There's the occasional like rock has fallen. If you look up, the top of it goes up quite a bit, like 12, 16 feet high. After following this road for about a minute or so, you can see that it opens up into a very large cavern. A very large cavern. So you go around the final rock and you can see everything in front of you. It is a cavern that is several hundred feet in diameter. There are constructs. Actually, that's not the right word. Buildings. And you can see a town almost made of stone of an architecture you're not terribly familiar with. And at the far end, you can see a raised platform with like a temple built around it.
Interesting.
Everything here looks long abandoned, and extremely alien. Well, kind of alien. Toxie, I think you'd have the most interaction with stuff like this. You've seen ruins of this. This architecture has a vampiric style to it, similar to the ruins you can find in your homeland.
Okay. Yeah.
We're gonna end it there.
Alrighty. That was fun.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
I didn't know how that troll fight would end up. Either one of you guys would get thrown off, or you know, who knows?
Fucking blindness.
Yep.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I don't believe it got it off.
I can't believe he's cast the worst spell possible against the troll and it worked perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's so good when it works, and I know it's such a high risk, but look how
The
it
reward
went.
is so good.
Yeah.
That was excellent.
I was waiting for the moment that I got thrown off the bridge and then used levitate and then was just blown along by the wind.
I was
See
entirely
you guys
prepared.
later.
I was entirely
I'll catch up to you.
I was entirely prepared if I was knocked off the bridge to wild shape into a flying creature and come back.
See, this is what I like, is that I can
think.
throw some shit at you guys, just like, yeah, I'm gonna throw them off a bridge, and just like, they'll probably have something. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I can't.
I had
go
absolutely
into
no
flying
way of getting
creature.
back onto the bridge, and if I was thrown off the bridge, I would be.
I believe Wild Shape has restrictions based on like level of what you can transform into.
That doesn't have a flying speed. Damn it! You're right.
Yeah, it's like no flying or swimming speed, then no flying speed. It's level 8 before you can do flying, which was not how we played it in our game, and definitely my bad. When I was playing as Lanqui, because I transformed into owls all the time. But yeah, my bad. We got to the like cavern, or we got to the canyon with the bridge with the wind blowing, and I'm just sat there going, "Shit! I should have got Featherfall." Yeah,
I just simply chose not to get hit, because if he hit me once, I would be dead.
Because you'd hide behind Lucira and then jump out to attack, then hide again?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that
I think that went well.
tons of fun. I am fucking exhausted.
Yeah.